And welcome back. We're going to try this again with the matchup between bewildebeest and iwabi. So I once again will pass it over to our commentary team, Waterproof Teabag, and the guy downstairs. Take it away.
Hello again.
This is the first time we're talking to you guys.
Yep, let's run it back. So as we said before, it's a great matchup, 2nd versus 11th. So like playing on different versions. Yeah. But it should be exciting race. I'm very, very happy that kind of now take technical stuff out of it. You never want to lose a race or have a race defined based on just stuff that's completely outside of your control. So yeah, because I could think this could be one of the best races of the tourney, because we're kind of getting towards we're going in now to, this is the 2nd round of the winners bracket. So basically there's a 3rd round and then a final, and then there's the whole deal with the losers bracket. But we're kind of getting into the pointy end of it. Kind of every runner is very good. Any runner can beat anyone. A lot of the high seeds are coming through. I think in terms of seeding, we seeded 1 through 8. 7 of that top 8 have all made it through. So every race now is kind of anyone's game, which is really exciting to see.
Yeah, all the previous ones, there's been a somewhat clear, they're expecting one person to win, whereas today, like we've been saying, it could really be anybody's ball game. We have no way of knowing who's going to win until somebody presses A to do ending blow, but even then they could forget to get ending blow and not be able to finish the run. So really, we there's no way of knowing.
Yeah, there's so much that can go on the run, and there's so many kind of 1 to 2 minute tricks. I know, obviously, I'm expecting kind of both of them go full guns blazing, so I'm expecting Lord Skip from them both. I'm expecting DSS, everything, and all those tricks can kind of snowball really quickly. So even if someone's a minute ahead, stuff happens, and then all of a sudden that minute is gone.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see this match. Also, I just point out at the beginning, Beast had the fold wash file name, but you'll see that it's still Link. One of the effects of Back in Time is that it resets your file name back to Link. So whenever you do 20%, there's no reason to actually make a file name because it gets reset anyway. But it's just a little bit of fun.
2 things I'll quickly go through while we're kind of just following back through our previous footsteps. So the 2 PBs, so Beast has a 2:48.28, so that was formerly the world record up until a couple of weeks ago, and Iwabi has a 2:52.44. So there's a 4-minute gap in terms of PB, but Iwabi's getting pacers every day that could get him a 2:50. I saw him last night on one that was negative a minute 30 into Lord Skip. So he is 100% just knocking on the door of 2:50 or sub 2:50. And kind of their summer bests are 25 seconds apart. So when that run hits for Iwabi, it'll be really good. I actually don't know if I did the maths on the summer best gap correctly, because I've just realized Beast is running against my splits.
Yeah, he has your splits.
Yeah, never mind. Beast is probably gonna beat my PB, which is very exciting. And yeah, even though Iwabi is playing on a PAL version, he's playing on French, because as I explained before, there's no need for rupees. German text is ever so slightly faster, but if you don't get rupees, it kind of it's personal preference at the end of the day. Whereas Beast has always played on an NTSC. It's a very, very minor difference. It's not like Japanese in certain games saves you a chunk of time. But here we are. We're back where we were before.
Yeah, language used to matter a little bit more for this game when we had to get bombs, but even then, it was only a matter of a 6-second difference between German and other languages. So it's, as long as you're not playing in Japanese, which has a map glitch patched, which is very important for the routing of this category, you aren't really at much of a disadvantage for the most part.
This is great to see. Both runners have successfully made it through Farron Cave, getting up towards Tallow, and then we get to go see Goats. Beast claimed that he was on for a perfect bow in the first run of this, but I can neither confirm nor deny that. So we'll see how this little bit of early game goes. I know both of them have had pretty good races so far in the tourney. I know like in the pooling race, I think which I was in, I think Beast got a sub 250, which is just a crazy time for a race. And then Iwabi has had a 256 and a 259. So both having really good runs while in the tournament, because running in a tournament environment compared to PB attempts is so different. Like you need it to be the run. So much can go wrong.
Yeah, even the Iwabi had a little bit of frustrations getting through the gate at the start of his run. Most likely he would have reset that if he was going for like a PB attempt, just because it's 40 seconds in. May as well get yourself off to as good of a start as you can and give yourself the most time to play with. But in a race setting, you could be stuck at the gate for 45 seconds, and that is completely out of your control.
Yep. I don't think we've seen anyone fail bit this this tournament, but like failing bit loses you basically a minute off the bat, and it's just tough. You continue with your run. But we'll see how these goats are lining up for Beast. Pretty nice so far.
See if he can be.
I think it was a 21.4 or something.
What was that? One goat, maybe two. That doesn't look. No, just the one. It's like a carbon copy of his last goats.
Yeah, I think it's a 0.2 second difference. Just under sub 20. Very nice. I would like to clear something up in the chat. Simi, I didn't fail bit. I just straight up jumped off Orden Bridge. It's much different. But here we go into Bo. So I'm sure you've heard it explained a couple of times over. But basically, Bo is rock paper scissors. There's a bunch of math and percentages on what's the best one to go for when. The long and the short of it is we're gonna try and slap him, and then we're gonna try and push him really fast. And Bo will say yes or Bo will say no. This can be a big decider in races quite early on. You can make a very early game gap. Like we've seen runners come out 30, 40 seconds in the difference because of how Bo has treated them. So it'll be interesting to see how we go.
Yeah, even in my own race against Iwabi a few weeks ago, he was like 50 seconds ahead of me because I had a lot of gate troubles. And I was able to pull ahead just because of Bo RNG, so it's really anybody's ball game, especially with Bo could make the difference up to a minute if he wanted to. Beast had a good RNG at first, though.
Yep, getting the pushes. And yep, and this is where it starts. So basically, if you don't get the good RNG off the bat with Bo, you're guaranteed to have to do a second cycle. So basically, because Bo dodged that first one, there's no chance Iwabi can get a one cycle. Same with Beast in this instance. So yeah, they're both getting equally bad RNG at the moment, I would say.
Yeah, if Iwabi can get a side, there we go. He can one cycle it from that, and it's only a few second difference between the two of them. So
yeah,
that's definitely really nice to see.
Yeah, you don't Bo like making gaps in early game is not what you want to see. You want to see the good stuff. You want to see. I want to see Hugo. I want to see like hitting Gorge Void's a massive one. Will one of them go for Schumann Gorge Void over not? Yeah, there's a lot that can go into the route.
Yeah, Iron Boots is not necessarily the most entertaining split to do, but there is some, like, I guess, interesting hidden tech I guess we could touch on a little bit while they're making their way to sewers. Throughout the run as human, you'll see runners rolling a lot, but there's more to it than just like pressing the A button. What they're going for is one, frame perfect rolls. If you frame perfectly train a roll, it ensures that you lose the least amount of speed between rolls. And you can tell if it's frame perfect by looking at the little lantern icon. If it stays kind of like faded out, then they got a frame perfect roll. But on top of them being frame perfect, they also want them to be fast rolls. So like going up or down a slope can affect your speed. And so sometimes you'll see them walk a little bit before starting rolls, or they might roll, walk a little bit, and then chain from there. So it's all a matter of really knowing the geometry of everywhere in the game to ensure that you have the most speed you possibly could at any given moment.
Just to keep an update on the time gap, I think we're on 11 seconds difference in Sisu, which is absolutely nothing in a game like this. So that's really nice to see. Hopefully we can. I'm going to commentate or curse the hell out of it, but hopefully like a nice early game for both of them. Because I think this could be one where we have a lot of syncs up, especially like later on in the run. We could see them in Arbiters, both in Lord Skip at the same time. I think this has a potential to be a really close one.
Yeah, so getting into sewers, this is basically the wolf tutorial section of the game, where we're going to get introduced to like digging, using your senses, mid jumps, stuff like that. There's also some tech that we're going to introduce here, which is dash canceling. Basically, if you are able to interrupt a dash with another action within 10 frames of initiating a dash, you are able to do another dash immediately after. So you'll see it after this next chain pull especially. Looks like Beast did one right there too. But basically they're just trying to ensure that they can have a dash when they want it.
Just for the question in chat, I think both of them got box break, but I know Iwabi failed a dig out of that spot. Sometimes the dig zones are a little bit weird. You think, oh, I'm standing over the spot, but the kind of the trigger point for digs can be a bit strange. So that was the main thing I saw as a difference maker.
Yeah, that dig spot favors being right, or like the one getting into Watchtower is extremely weird. I didn't see if Beast got Midna TD, but we'll see if Iwabi can get it.
Yeah, nice. But both got Midna TD, and Beast got the text box skip. So basically, if you jump down and you break the stairs, but then don't land in the ward, just like Iwabi did there, and basically you don't have to listen to Midna tell you off effectively. There can be rare occurrences where you make it down, but then you don't actually hit the trigger point and you have to do another lap of the room. And that is one of the most tilting things in this game, I found. Just having to do another lap of the room just so Midna will talk to you. It's also probably a good time to point out, just during these Midna jumps here, there's between a lot of Midna jumps, apart from one in the game, between clearing the text and doing the jump up, like Iwabi did there, there is a 1 frame window where basically if you press A on that 1 frame, you'll just basically quick jump up, which can add up to a surprising amount of time across the run, single frame tricks. Especially one that we will get into in about 20 odd minutes, depending how early the game goes.
Yep. And coming into rooftops, they both got a 1 frame, a different type of, I guess, 1 frame mid attack skip. The first frame after skipping that cutscene, they're able to input a jump attack to skip her talking. But entering Zelda's room, afterwards they're going to be coming up on quite an, I guess, what is considered to be probably the biggest gatekeeper trick for new runners, which is sword and shield skip. So I mentioned earlier that doing back in time has some effects, sets some flags, and one of them being advancing the state of Orden, which makes it impossible to actually get the sword and shield skip by the casual means. It's actually impossible to get it at all. And that sword and shield you see on Wolf Link's back isn't actually there. If they were to open their item, or not the item wheel, but the pause screen, they would not be showing on the menu. So instead, they have to lure Hugo, this Bulblin, over to the Twilight Barrier and use him to do an instance of a long jump attack by basically attacking him once and then attacking Hugo at the apex of his like knockback animation to jump over a ground trigger into an air trigger in order to get into Farron Woods. And pushing Hugo can be very finicky, and it's also very position dependent, and depending on where Hugo is as well will also affect your timing. So it's very just a lot of variables and a lot of difficult execution for this trick.
This is I feel like this angle is good. Never mind. That's quite. I think the placement of Hugo there was quite good. just not getting the distance. And there we go, Iwabi getting through a first try.
Yep, so that'd be a minute and some change gap for, or lead for Iwabi.
But this one I want to see. This one I like a bit of chase, you know. Like even though there is a bit of a gap, there's still like the gap is closable. I guess the best way of putting it.
It makes Beast have to work a little bit, and Iwabi knows he has a very good opponent, so he has to keep on the pressure for the next 2 hours and 2.5 hours. So
I'm taking this as a personal victory, as Beast is now behind my splits. Let's see how it goes with it this time. So basically, yeah, Hugo can just kind of swing at you, and you would like him to swing when in the good spot. But when he's not in the good spot, you would like him to just be a bit more passive. Just kind of a quality of life improvement.
Oh, that's a...
Yeah, he's got to come back.
Hugo was a mile away from that wall.
Tension, just waiting for him to do the jump.
That looks good.
Yeah, nice. So it's interesting to note that basically with that trigger, it's kind of it's ovular shaped. So being in the middle of the footpath when you land is most optimal. It just makes it more forgiving. If you try and land down the sides, you kind of have to get a very, very long jump to make sure you hit that.
Yeah, so Beast coming up on what we kind of missed from Iwabi watching Beast do his second try, but he's just going to kind of be running through Farron. He's going to have to be skipping getting the vessel because we do not need it. It's not required to be the game, so if it's not required and it's fast, we're going to do it. So they're just going to be making their way over to do another gatekeeping trick, which Iwabi will be coming up on here in about 20 seconds or so.
I guess another thing is also that because of a trick we're going to be doing later on, you'll see that both of them are not attacking any of the Twilight bugs. So basically there's no need to get the vessel within here, and you do not need to clear the bugs because basically Farron will always stay just in a state of Twilight. We have no need to ever clear it. So we're going to clear Eldin later on, and we're going to clear Lineru also. But Farron will stay Twilight, if that's a word.
Yeah, so early Master Sword from Iwabi here. He is wanting a specific attack animation from Jamal, the Shadow Beast, and unfortunately he took that a little bit too sharp, so he ended up bonking on the upper ledge, but we'll see if he can get a second try. It's about 20-ish seconds that he's losing to that, so closing the gap a little bit between him and Beast, but a nice second try from Iwabi.
Also, just like a lot of the other tricks in the early game of this run, there's an element of RNG to that. So basically, Jamal has different swing styles. Say that 5 times fast. And basically, you want him to do a slow swing, so that way you can jump up. So I think Iwabi got one bad swing, so you just tank the hit. But obviously, you can only tank so many hits, so you do not want to get too many. Like Beast is on 1.5 hearts now going into it. So he would want Jamal to be a bit friendly to him. Simi and I just sharing brain cells. Great talk, Simi. And while Beast is going in there for that, we'll have Iwabi starting off the Skull Kid chase. Nothing too weird or wonderful to report here. Basically just chasing Skull Kid around, hitting him a couple of times. And then getting into the really difficult Master Sword puzzle. And there we go.
First try from Beast.
Yep,
Very
about
good.
20 seconds made back. Obviously have a better understanding of that time difference when we hit the Master Sword. Yeah, Iwabi just kind of going through the motions right now. Nothing really to like. I see on the splits he's got a sub 14 enter Farron. you take that in a run every day of the week. Nothing kind of too bad to report home about. Apart from a bit of trouble with the gate at the start of the run. And also, sorry, EMS, forgot that literally just happened. But a pretty clean early game from him so far.
Well, I just realized that he didn't even have a sub 30 ring in his PB.
Yeah, that is amazing.
He has a very comfy early game to compare against right now. It's awesome.
Yeah, so it just I don't believe it's on the restream. But Iwabi's splits are up. So Iwabi's 252 has a 30:03 boomerang time, which for like a lot of top runners, like sub 29 is possible, like a high 28. So he probably has the bones of a minute to play with in early game to compare against his PB, which is quite forgiving because it's a lot easier to run against green than it is against red. So that is, yeah, that's quite an interesting thing to point out. That could be part of the partially why we see him on so many heaters, like so many good runs, because he's like, hey, I'm through early game. Let's just carry this green with me. Like there's definitely some people who have runs that like lose a minute in Hyrule Castle and they're going to be red for the whole end and then red for the whole run and then save it at the end, like anti-pace pal splits. But Iwabi's pulling all the pace pals from the go. I don't have Beast audio on, but I want to know if he made that drop. Yes, he did. Okay.
He did. You can look at Skull Kid during that cutscene. If you did not make that drop off the ledge, he would be looking up at you. So, regardless of where you're at, Skull Kid will look at you. So, if he's looking upwards, then you are either on the ledge or hanging from it, most likely.
A small little thing just on the point of, because having to do Sword and Shield skip a second time, is that Beast is rich. So if anyone needs some spare change, he would definitely have it for you. But basically, Beast is going to be across the run working towards 300 rupees because we need them to fix Fire's Cannon later on in the run. As I mentioned, Iwabi doesn't have that because he'll be running on French. But Beast is going to get 100 rupees in Snow Peak. And then across the run, you're going to pick up as much RNG rupees as you can. And then there's a couple of reds in Arbiters, and you kind of collect the amount of reds based on where the RNG hasn't helped you out. But currently, for early game, he is quite rich. And it's looking like a 21 of 46 Master Sword for Iwabi. That is a bloody good Master Sword time for a race. And he's ahead of his PB.
That is always a good feeling.
I'd be interested to know if in a race he watches his splits or not, because like at the end of the day, your comparison to PB doesn't really matter. You care about the person on the other side. So I don't know if being ahead of PB like adds to any pressure. I don't know the mental game around it.
I don't imagine early on it's too much pressure, but I would suspect that if it was like later in the race, like Arbiters, and he was both ahead of his opponent and PB, that the pressure might like add on top of each other. But
yeah, like
I'm
it
not
does
sure
get
if
to
he
a
looks
bit.
at either of them.
Yeah, it does get to a bit of a mental game, like we've seen in some runs, not expecting it in this run for the record, but basically we've had it in some races in this tournament where people have been ahead by such a margin that they can afford to effectively not do Lord Skip, because they've got that gap to play with. But because of the level of these two runners, that's a bold card to play. Like kind of, you don't do Lord Skip, your opponent does it. You've just given him back a minute and a half, 2 minutes nearly. Like that's a bit brave. But then if you're on PB pace, like you want to go for it because at that point it's a PB. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of I guess run management's probably the best way to phrase it. The PB of Iwabi is a 252.44. So he is 11th place on the leaderboard. But I guess, like, kind of while we have a little bit of downtime in the Master Sword cutscene, like, Beast has been running this game for, I think the bones of 3 years. I think it started coming up in 4 years now, actually, and like September 2020-ish, I think. Iwabi started this game, I think, New Year's Day this year. Like, the dude literally, like, started in 2024 and is already basically a top 10 runner. Like just crazy improvement. Obviously, Iwabi's come from previous games, really good at like MM3D, Wind Waker, Kingdom Hearts 2, I want to say. So like a very seasoned speedrunner, been speedrunning since I could walk. Do you know what I mean? Like he's been around the blocks for a while. But he's been around the community for a while. Whereas Beast been playing TP for a couple of years now, coming up in 4 years. World record in Hundo, world record in all dungeons, and former world record in any percent. So a very seasoned TP runner. So it's kind of, it's Clash of the Titans, two really good speedrunners.
So on Iwabi's side, he's making his way back to North Farron because he still needs to enter Forest Temple, not to complete the dungeon. We don't care about the monkeys, but what we do care about is the necessary dungeon item, the Gale Boomerang. That is going to be very important for us for doing some more LJAs, which we saw with Sword and Shield Skip. That was using an enemy to do an LJA, but it's really an LJA is possible with anything targetable. So as long as whatever you're targeting is over a void or at ground higher than linked feet, the game is going to not miscalculate, but give you a higher speed value when jump attacking towards it. And in the GameCube version, the boomerang just happens to act as an item we can use for, or something we can target for an LJA, which is very convenient.
I fully agree with everything you said there, apart from the fact that I care about the monkeys. That's my only... Yeah, you can speak for yourself on that one.
So everybody, no one except for Teabag cares about the monkeys.
I am the monkey man, yes. Let's see how it goes with it. So 2-frame window, that looks good to me.
Yep, good first frame for the reset combo.
Yep, great forest bit. These the messengers now, the fight that Beast is in, that Iwabi was in before, they just never come together. And of course they come together as I say that. But they must be one of the most frustrating sets of Shadow Beast in this game. Just social distancing, just not having any of it.
And then we kind of got done so fast, so we kind of touched on it a little bit, but Iwabi just did another instance of Back in Time in Forest Temple. What he was doing there was actually an instance called Back in Time Equipped, or Bite. Basically what he was doing was loading the King Bulblin 1 fight, and he voided out and loaded his bow save that he had saved from earlier on after getting the Iron Boots. And what that did was put him into the King Bulblin 1 fight, and by resetting during the fade out after skipping the cutscene, it is setting a flag of memory that we refer to as the boss flag. And that flag is in charge of starting certain boss fights, and also for some reason tracks the number of monkeys you have in Forest Temple. So as long as your value is higher than 4, as soon as Iwabi opens this next door after lighting these lanterns, he's just going to be granted 4 magical monkeys for mysterious reasons that I don't quite understand the ins and outs of it. I just know the very basic, bare bones, I guess, information on it.
And for his next trick, he will produce more monkeys. It's also worth noting here with Beast, because we actually never get the slingshot as part of this run, we're not able to kill the enemies on the wall with any with any equipment. So what we do is we take the Deku Babas and we throw the, I guess, rocks, seeds. I don't know what they are. Oh, he's going for Nancy's skin. Never mind. I go to say something and Beast just immediately goes, "Yeah, no," and just stops doing it.
Deku nuts, yeah.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, you have to kill them because we don't have a slingshot. But thankfully, if we wanted to come back through again, such as for like a Hundo run or an All Dungeons run, we'll have the boomerang the second time around.
No, there's
Quite
2
nice
hops from
oop.
Iwabi.
Yeah, that's closing in on a gold. I don't know exactly when he splits, but there's a chance that golds. And as I will play the role of resident timekeeper, there was a 1:04 gap at the Master Sword. But I think that time has maybe closed a little bit. Just I think Beast had a slightly tidier messenger fight. But Ook can just negate that straight away.
I think this is a gold for Iwabi, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Just early split. Yep, I think it's a tiny, tiny gold.
Yeah, 1/10 of a second gold. That's...
Yep. A Beast lost a minute on sword and shield skip. Three.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
you take a 3.
Yeah, the number of hops Ook can do is RNG with a minimum of 2. So he'll always jump at least twice. And ideally he'll stop after 2, but theoretically he can go an infinite number of times.
I believe it was Madeline tested it, and I think the highest she got to was like 52 hops or something like that.
Yeah,
But they test like 1% of the seeds. Like it could go, I don't know, could keep going. That was a gold for Iwabi because I just saw him scroll up into splits to double check. Yeah. 57. Thank you, Spicy. So I said before the gap was, I think, a 1:08. And now it's a 1:07. Huge for the brand of bewildebeest.
All right, if there are 67 more segments throughout the run that Beast could save a second on, then he's got it.
I can confirm if your name is Anarakis, there's definitely 67 more segments. All right, now we get into one of the this kind of part of the middle of the mid game is a bit of a sleeper. Like it just keeps going. So what we're gonna see is Iwabi makes way across that Hyrule field. We got a mailman skip. We're gonna see Gorge Void, which is a frame perfect A press. If I lose it, it's quite annoying because it's just press A, but it's press A at a very, very specific time. You're gonna see Rupee roll. There's gonna be a lot within a very quick period of time. So this split could fully swing back in Beast's favor. But I saw Iwabi in warm up go for human Gorge Void. If you want to kind of elaborate on what that is.
Yeah. So like Beast or not Beast, Teabag was saying we have Gorge Void coming up, which is a 1-frame trick to jump attack into the gorge. But you can also do it as human because you can input a jump attack as human, believe it or not. But what doing it as human gives you the ability to do is, if you are especially, I guess, if your miss is early on the jump attack, you can roll your thumb to also input an Iron Boots pull, which effectively gives you 2 chances at Gorge Void. And what would happen if he gets a jump attack, he'll just unpause the game and continue on like normal as if he was Wolf. But if he gets the Iron Boots pull, he can actually do a save warp. And what that will do is put him at the entrance of Elden, where he just came from. And we'll save like 35 seconds or so over just completely failing the trick in general. And it's about...
If he gets it.
Yeah. And human is a little bit slower because you have the transforming time, but... And it looks like he got the Iron Boots save, so he's going to have to save warp, and that's going to be about 25 odd seconds of time loss over getting Gorge Void first try. But it's still faster than if he was just to fail it outright, so it's a kind of a good safety strat for races.
I think it's kind of, I'd find it as a validation as a runner that if you get the Iron Boots frame, because then you're like, that makes... Like, okay, that was justified. I think if you get the jump attack frame, you're like, well, I've in theory lost time for no reason, but there's no way you can know. I know Beast has mentioned over the kind of the past week that if when he's racing top runs, going for human Gorge Void something he would consider, because of just the value it plays in this run. So it'd be interesting to see if he's watching the restream and could consider going for it just to match Iwabi, just to make sure worst case scenario you're the same. And he's just going to go against everything I've just explained, and we'll see how he goes.
hopefully he can get it too. Keep it real close. Nice.
Beautiful.
Good. That would have
Which
been a
is kind of
very
like
big gap if you would have missed that.
Iwabi's rupee roll. Sorry,
That
that
scared
just scared the life out of me.
Oh my. I've
So
never seen that.
a little bit to cover there. So actually, Beast going for Wolf method, even though they both got it, Beast has saved a little bit of time over Iwabi, because it hasn't had to do the save warp or anything like that. So that's good, closing the gap. But the Iwabi movement, if we can go back to the heart attack TGD and I just had, basically there's a lineup there to go around the fence, and that the texture to go around on is quite small. So what we'll see from Beast here, touch wood, I don't want to jinx him, is basically he's going to do a bit of an angled lineup followed by a couple of side hops. So you see you're getting the lineup and then kind of shimmying his way along the fence. That was still, yep.
Okay,
Ooh.
thank you for not going for that one, Beast.
Oh, no.
I thought that okay.
So what happened there was Beast almost slipped the first time around, and then he has to save warp. Yes. Okay. So he what happened is because he got the yellow rupee there, he was able to bounce on the fence and roll across, and that's just kind of conventional rupee roll. But basically, the way rupee text works in this game, unlike the HD version, that basically the text is only there for one playthrough of the game. So the fact that you got a yellow text there, he has to now save warp just to go back so he can get yellow text again. Otherwise, he would just collect it and nothing would happen. Which I only recently learned is different on the HD version, that rupee text never recovers. You get rupee text once per play file.
Yep.
Which I was not aware of.
So that's it's like about a 2.5 minute gap between the two runners. So the gap is definitely widened quite a bit with that unfortunate mistake from Beast, but there's still a lot of game to be played. So still he's not checked out yet. Anything can happen.
Well, like we've gone through a lot already, and we're still only 36 minutes into the run. We're not even a fifth of the way there. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of.
There we go.
That's nice. So I did see on Iwabi's side. Oh, sorry, you can go.
I was just gonna say we kind of missed it when we were watching Beast do Gorge Void, but when Iwabi did rupee roll, the rupee text is insanely slow on French, which is what Teabag was kind of talking about with language differences earlier. Just for some reason, the colored rupee text on French there's like a second before you can clear the text box, despite it being fully there. I guess the French developers really want you to know how much a yellow rupee is worth.
And what we've got here also is I saw just on Iwabi's side, they failed Farron escape once. Oh, that is. Sorry, with Beast there, there's a thing within the Shadow Beast fight there that basically, if you charge attack, sometimes you won't hit the Shadow Beast. I think it's something to do with the Y values being different between the ground or something. But he thankfully hit
slopes.
Yeah, but he thankfully hit them both on the way back. Very nice linear from Iwabi. And also the trigger the Beast just ran around there, and that's the KB1 trigger, so King Bulblin 1. We don't want to hit that because we just don't want to fight King Bulblin 1. It doesn't sound like a lot of fun. So just running around that with some nice movement. And we are off to fight a Kargarok on Iwabi's side. Beast now, his rupee count is phenomenal for early game. Like we're up to, I think we've cleared 25 rupees.
Nice bonk from Iwabi. Interesting bonk on just like some slightly sloped collision.
Beast on 35 rupees. I had two extra yellows, yeah. He's on track for not many reds and arbiters. What we're going to see Iwabi do here is, I'm assuming he might go for the drown strat, but there is a bit of a fear with it. Okay, yeah, he's just doing this way. So basically, what you can do is that normally we fight this Kargarok, and then we kill the Bulblin Rider afterwards. But basically, if you can get it to leading the Kargarok out to the water, so Bulblins can't touch water. They don't like it. So if you can see there on a Wabi screen, what's happened is that the Cargrock has ducked so low to grab Link that the Bulblin has touched the water and disintegrated effectively. And what that does is that will just bring us straight now into the Carg fight, saving a couple of seconds over the fighting strat. But if the Cargrock grabs you at the same time that the Bulblin is dying, the two cutscenes will overlap, and the game will crash, which on this route is quite a massive time loss. That was very early. Oh, the Carg out of bounds by a Wabi.
Fairly clipped out there, yeah.
I would also just like to note that I have a personal vetted interest in this because the loser of this race I get. So it's kind of picture poison, but this is my own personal interest in the race. Thank you for the good luck. I am very much going to need it. Seeing as Awabi is winning and Beast is racing against my PB, I think it's a challenge regardless. But we'll see if Beast goes for the character round here. I'm assuming he would. I think at this point, you just got to play like a PB attempt. You're doing your best to kind of save time back. Playing safe strats won't really fly. So I would be... Yeah, I'd be shocked if he didn't go to drown it. That is true. If Awabi wins, Beast will have raced Simi and I twice in this tournament. And we keep just giving him wins.
Okay, yeah, he's going for a drowning, except he's doing the running towards the Zora's strat, which I think Fino recently... I guess it's not even that recent anymore, but Fino decomped to... get the... I don't even know what it does. I think it gets the Carg to start flying around sooner, I think is what it manipulates.
Yeah, that was the idea with it. So the Carg has a certain amount of arrows it needs to shoot. I think it's up to 5 or 6. There was a recent discussion about it in the Discord. But yeah, it basically starts the Carg to go off and fly, but also the length of time and the distance the Carg takes to come back to you is RNG. Sometimes you can get it really, really fast, but it triggers an RNG segment earlier, effectively. But the RNG could still kind of counterweigh that. Just to clear up some discussion in the chat. So English is faster than French in terms of text, and then German is faster than English. And then French has the rupee thing. But yes, the text does not matter a whole lot in this game. There's been countless world records with the English version. It's almost personal preference. But no, this is a very clean run from Awabi so far. Like, he's going to be 10 seconds ahead of PB by the time he gets to Elden Vessel. Looking like a low 42, which is quite a good vessel time. B says his work cut out for him for the rest of the run, but there's a long way to go. Like Lord Skip attempts, they can snowball so fast. Yeah, there's still lots of game to play, but Awabi 10.9 seconds ahead of his PB. Nice one framer there from Beast. We'll see how a bit of Elden Twilight goes for Awabi. So Elden is the shorter of the two Twilights that we have to do, but it's a lot of small movements. That kind of builds up really quickly. So it's a lot of entering this house, killing the bug, getting out, going to the next one. The segment itself takes less than 7 minutes. But all the movement across the board is it's quite intricate. I guess is the best way of phrasing it.
Yeah, like every room of this Twilight has its own little strat to it. There are also multiple strats for different rooms. You saw in basement there, Awabi targeted all 3 of the bugs and then killed them in a way that they all died without running away, so that he could very quickly and easily collect all of them. The basement movement is kind of weird there, so it's very good that he was able to get it and make it look very seamless and easy.
Just to explain something in the chat as to why we're clearing Elden and Linearu, but not Farron. So Farron, we have a way out without clearing the Twilight. That was the Farron escape boomerang jumps we were doing before. Lanayru we need to clear because I think it's the only way we get Fire's Cannon, I believe, and like get to Gerudo. I could be wrong about that, but I'm
yeah,
sure.
we can't warp the cannon if it's in Twilight, unfortunately.
Yeah, and for Eldin, it's because of same reason, isn't it? Because of Cannon?
Yeah, we need to clear Eldin so that the meteor can fall, so we can do Linear Twilight, so that we can then do warp the cannon. So it's just a long list of
Snowball effect.
dependencies.
Yeah, this bloody cannon.
It's a lot of it boils down to being able to get into arbiters and then getting into city, unfortunately. And with it being in Twilight, we can't really do a lot of those things.
Wabi going for some really interesting setup there. Because he doesn't have to get the yellow rupee because of French, he stood on the bed and did like a C up aim towards the door to just barely get the edge of the tier while jumping out. That was quite nice. But we're looking at just over 2 minutes gap at Elden Vessel. So if you think about the fact that Sword and Shield skip failed and a failed rupee roll, I think across the run, like I think apart from those two big tricks, I think Beast has saved time on other places. It's just been the two big things that have been the kicker. But we'll have a trick coming up. The biggest part of Elden for time loss is a trick coming up called Wolf Bomb House Skip. So there's a bomb house that you normally chase a bug in. You light the house on fire, the whole thing goes boom. And basically what we're going to do here is we're going to intercept the bug before the bug makes it to the house. And what's that going to do is the game is going to go, oh, the bug's dead, you must have blown up the house. And it's going to break down the house, just like disintegrate in front of your eyes. But the collision of the house will still be there. So you're going to see some specific movement for them to get through the house. But failing this can cost you about 40 seconds. Because you fall and you have to climb your way back up. So I'd be interested, will the Wabi go for... Yeah, Wabi's going to go for the wolf setup.
Will.
Yeah.
It's not overly difficult to do it, but the awkward thing is that doing side hops as wolf or like a back hop is extremely finicky because unlike human where you can just press left and A at the same time, as wolf you need to be holding the direction for at least a frame before you press A, otherwise you're always going to jump attack, which is another thing that makes doing sword and shield skip difficult because it's very easy to get a little overzealous with your A press and accidentally jump attack Hugo. Or in the case of Wolf Bomb House Skip, it's very easy to accidentally do a diagonal jump attack doing that instead of that last side hop.
And Wabi did get a very funny bonk into the but I love that he got the blue there just to get it out of his way.
Oh, I don't think he got the tier. I was gonna say
I don't have his audio on, but I don't think Wabi got the tier before leaving that room. That's he doesn't know.
Uh-oh. That's gonna
so to explain what happened there. But yeah, he'll find that out when I don't even know what the best. You just got to warp back and climb up. That's a massive time loss.
Yeah,
that's like, yeah, wow. So basically, what's happened there is that when you walk into the tier kind of floats around a little bit, and then will go towards Link's body, and you'll hear this little like ding sound, and that means it's good to go out the loading zone. But what's happened here is that Awabi's actually left the loading zone before the tier has come back to him. And so now he's going to hit the end of Elden Twilight, assume that he's gotten everything, and it's going to have to warp back to Kakariko and reclimb the whole thing. He's noticed now.
Wait, no, you get the other two first.
No. Do the rest of Death Mountain. Okay.
Well, that's unfortunate.
What would have been probably best to do there is either just complete the rest of the Twilight and then go back to it, or at least get the Shadow Beast portal at Death Mountain. Now having to do the whole climb of Death Mountain again, this is all of a sudden gone very... Is Beast ahead? I'm trying to do maths in my head. This is all of a sudden a tied race, effectively.
Yeah, Beast is ahead now.
Yeah, like Beast will have to kill the bug in here, and he'll have to kill the first bug in Death Mountain, but this is basically split right now.
I think they're basically synced now. Like, it'll depend how annoying this bug is for Beast. But no,
Gets
it was
the manip. Dude, Beast is so rich. I know he failed sword shield skip and like failed rupee roll and all that kind of stuff. Dude's got 56 rupees.
It's Beast's ball game now.
Yeah.
Another instance of digs being weird for Iwabi there also. Also, no one's ever gonna be as rich as Simi was though. Bro had 100
yeah,
rupees
Simi,
in Lineru.
yeah, no one should have 100 rupees in Lineru. I love you, Simi, but yeah. So to understand how Beast got so rich, he basically failed rupee rolls, so he got an extra yellow from that. He failed sword and shield skip, so he got an extra couple of dig spots, and also just decent RNG in Grove.
In Lineru, I'd probably say in the ballpark of around 35 rupees is probably pretty average for most people.
Yeah, like there's a guaranteed 10 at rupee roll. There's a guaranteed 5 in the house. In the watchtower. But that's kind of it, really. The goal would be to, on a good day, you want to get at least 60 rupees by arbiters. That means you will need to get 2 reds. But if you have anything below 60, you normally need to get a 3rd red. But wow, this is like, if anyone ever tells you a Twilight Princess race is dead when someone fails sword and shield skip, this is like a perfect example of why it's not. Just tiny things. He didn't fail a trick. He didn't get bad RNG or anything like that. Literally just dug in a spot, frames too early, 2-minute switch like that.
Yeah. That's why we always say that race is never decided until it's over. Like,
yeah,
anything can happen, especially with this game.
And that's like I don't want to bag on it too much. That's got to be so tilting for Iwabi. You're ahead of your PB. You know you're in the driver's seat. Like that's just like that's got to be flattening. Hopefully you can kind of turn around from here.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate trick or unfortunate time loss, which is 100% in your control, and those are the ones that tend to especially bother me the most because it's in your control completely, and there's nothing, you can't blame the game. It's just like, it's all on you, and it plays a pretty big mental toll on you. So, but Iwabi's a good runner. He'll be able to shake it off, and like we keep saying, it's still anybody's ball game. So we will just have to watch the next 2 hours of this run and see who comes out on top.
See, even with everything that's happened, there's only about a 25-second gap between the two of them. I looked at Beast splits and I was like, wow, we golded Elden by 9 seconds. I'm like, no, that's my Elden. So that's really comforting. But yeah, this is now like we're coming up on an hour in. Very, very close race. Yeah,
and that was also a really solid Elden from Beast as well. I think that was a sub 650, so
yeah,
really good Elden.
648 tier collect is very nice. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that dig mishap on my worst enemy. That's unfortunate. Oh, nice side hop from Beast, saving more time than a side hop should. It's about 5 seconds, give or take.
Also, if you look at the map, despite the water level being raised, it does not update on the map, which is a pretty cool side effect of getting that side hop. As you can see on the Iwabi screen, where the water is there, having missed it.
I would just like to clarify Simi's message there. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but if Iwabi does it in the race against me, I might change my mind. But we're gearing up for a really good middle game here. Like the tricks keep coming. We've got Lineru Twilight, and then we've got Enter Lakebed, which has the duping bomb bag and also entering Lakebed. They can both cost you a bit of time. One failed attempt of entering Lakebed is about 40 seconds. One of those jumps over to the other runner. Yeah, we are far from out of the woods yet. So what we've got a 35-second gap at Lineru Vessel. But I'm sure Iwabi will pull this back. Both runners have had mistakes, but it's just bound to happen in a game like this. This is a race. If you were not aware till this point, this is in fact a race. We don't know why Iwabi warped back. I think just kind of being flustered in the moment. Like kind of something happens, your first idea in your head is, oh, I need to remedy that mistake. It happens. I think like the time loss still would have been at least a minute 30. I think he just made it slightly worse, but yeah, it definitely just happens. I wonder if they're rewatching the restream. Like I wonder, every time I watch a race, I get straight into like the psychology of like, is Beast watching the restream? Does he know he's now ahead? Does that change how he approaches things? Like, I'm gonna assume it doesn't, just because experienced runners. But there's so much that goes into it. Unfortunate on that jump attack.
Yeah, like they're both really good runners, so I expect they're still going to approach it the same way, regardless of their position against each other. But I've been wrong before, so. And also,
I've been wrong about
waterfall side hop.
I've been wrong about everything I've said about Beast the whole run. I go to say he's going to do something, and he immediately goes, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to make this guy look like he knows nothing about the game.
Also, Beast could be looking at skipping an extra red in Arbiters.
Yeah, honestly,
Especially
dude's got money.
because
He's got money for the rest of us.
He's just looking at that tier. If a bug dies in the water, it takes longer to die and form into a tier, so it's especially noticeable doing the behind fight. Holy!
Oh my god! Dude previewed his task glitchless live. That's insane.
That's a yellow rupee right there. Holy cow!
That was somebody go count that. That was like 13 rupees. Now,
Yeah,
someone
so he's
check that this isn't
definitely
his
skipping
task.
red.
Yeah, dude's gonna skip the Snow Peak 100 at this, right? Like, go on, show me a blue. Oh, nice rupees.
Yeah, Beast, don't collect another rupee for the rest of the run, please.
I would like to distinctly apologize to Iwabi that we've ignored his gameplay for like 2 minutes because I'm watching if the Beast's number goes up by 1. that's all I've been doing. Nice from the chat. Good job, everyone. Pat on the back. I want to say Iwabi's making up time in this Linearu so far.
Let's see. I'll make note of when he exits the water. Beast was at a 409 when he got back on land, so we'll see where Iwabi was at or is at.
Likely? Maybe. Yeah, ever so slightly.
That was like a second or so.
Yeah.
Linearu is a lot of just like a lot of good vectoring, and then like not messing up waterfall side hop and getting efficient tier collects. There's not, and I guess when we get there, the Derek fight as well. But there's not a lot of. It's not a very complicated. I guess there's not a lot of complicated strats when it comes to Linearu Twilight.
It's a lot. I think it's kind of it paints the picture of a lot of Twilight Princess. It's a lot of little things, like kind of the way you manage the Shadow Beast fight before to make sure you don't bonk here, like manipulating the Castle Town bug. The way like lily pad bugs is like good luck to you. But like, there's a couple of RNG segments, but across the segment it is quite it's intricate movements. Like we'll see Beast here. He's going to be dash cancelling through Castletown because it's the fastest form of methods. Fastest movement method. Because of dashes not being very good. In Castletown, there's different speeds for dashes based on what situation you're in. So in Hyrule Field and Orden Village, for some reason, you're really fast. But in Castletown, you're really slow. Probably not to scare the people. But there'll be a bug down here the Beast can manip if he does a B attack into the corner. It can be quite specific, but I'd put his 69 rupees on him hitting it. And I'm waiting for him to prove me wrong.
Of that spirit being down there.
There we go.
I learned recently that that spirit, that guard, is just RNG and where it's at. So
yeah, the spirits across the whole Castletown segment, there's a bit of RNG in it. When you ever get them all in a line, like single file, that's when it's the best. But like you can see on the Wabi screen, look, he's got a clear path. He actually paid off the guard with Beast rupees. But I would very much say that I think Iwabi's making some time up here. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it went in the water, so it just took a little bit longer to form up.
So we're talking Beast. Beast is starting howling at 59.57. Keep that number in your head. That'll be on the quiz. That's also an unfortunate dead spot. Oh no!
Nice jump.
So he is doing a howl at 21. So a 24-second gap. So he's making up a fair chunk of time. There was a 35-second gap at the start of the split. But I don't think Beast has played. I don't think Beast has really put a foot wrong. Like lily pad bugs are just kind of is what it is, but just very clean segment from Iwabi. And
yeah,
Beast getting a
benefit of Wrench as well, because not having to worry about getting money at all makes it very easy to ensure that you're having like good vectors and making sure you're jump attacking in a good direction, as well as being able to kind of inch bugs a little bit as well. So it's just kind of like another small difference.
I'm going to put it out there. I don't think Beast is worried about getting rupees at all. But I do agree with your point. Yeah, like kind of not having to gain rupees. That's where you can save a little bit of time. Like you want to make sure, okay, I'm in the right position to collect the tier as soon as it's available. Whereas Beast was off collecting his millions. This bug is, I'm going to put it out there, worse than the lily pad bugs. Because you finish a segment, you're like, oh, this has been really good. And then you go to jump attack out the cutscene, and this bug is just up in the sky somewhere.
Yeah, that bug it's annoying.
See how he goes with a bit of Derek. So what you want to do here, that's unfortunate. So what you want to do is basically, when the boss bug is coming towards you, you want to basically hit it with a jump attack and then grab onto it when the boss bug is out of the... Yeah, this is great. Beast, if you could stay there for like 10 seconds so Iwabi catches up, this would be beautiful. But basically, yeah, you want to grab onto the boss bug when it is out of the wooden planks. So you would have seen on Beast's one there, the boss bug was still in the wooden planks a little bit, so he got immediately thrown off. So you want to wait till it rises up a little bit.
Nice spin attack.
Falling off.
Nice spin attack again. What is happening?
Beast is killing the boss bug with paper cuts. Iwabi showing us where he's going in a minute. If anyone comments on what Beast split times look like, I'm banning them from the chat. It is my splits. I know he's ahead.
Yeah, he's building his combo meter.
Unfortunately, there from Iwabi. So at the end of that fight, what you want to do is basically... I remember when I was doing a commentary for something else, I pointed out, I called Boss Bug Rotund. But effectively, what you want to do is you want to charge attack on its tentacles, or whatever they are, and then you want to walk off the edge a little bit and effectively bonk into its stomach to cancel the animation. But Iwabi failed that, but Beast bun attack it twice. So kind of pick your poison. I know I said his name is Derek. I said he's rotund. You can be rotund and call Derek.
Bro's gonna have 89 rupees.
I'd like, Beast, stop it.
He's just doing that to show off. He did not need that extra yellow.
No,
That
leave
does not
some
do
for
him
me.
any good.
89 rupees is foul.
If he, I hope he goes for blue rupee strats and arbiters just so he can skip all of the reds.
Iwabi going. So yeah, obviously Iwabi doesn't need to. Sorry, I thought he was gonna die for a second. I know that the heart's drop down's 4. But obviously Iwabi not needing rupees. But what we're gonna see now is that we're gonna do a bit of howling. And then we're going to duplicate a bomb bag. So this is basically the method for getting bombs into the run, because we need bombs at some point to turn them into water bombs. So we're going to go over and fight the Shadow Beasts, but we're going to fight them without Midna on our back, so we have no charge attack ability. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill the first Shadow Beast and then perform a specific amount of damage on them to basically kill them both within quick succession. Which will make so much more sense when you see both of these runners do it perfectly. And then we'll be able to get some bombs in the run.
Yeah, the discovery of being able to kill them without Midnight on your back was a very big time save for most non-top runners, because what this trick did was kill another trick called Norgor, which was it was a frame perfect bomb pull with a very specific. I think there were a few frames for the side hop, so it's basically a 3-minute time save for any runner that was not already doing Norgor.
Oh, it does. Sorry, I didn't think Beast's lineup worked.
I didn't think it was left enough, but
Yeah.
shows what I know about this game.
Yeah, look at us talking about people better than us. Who would have thought? So we're going to see from here, Beast is going to do another B attack and then a jump attack in quick succession. Beautiful. It's that trick known as Yalus. I don't like the name, but basically it's because Isa doesn't scream Ya. And we'll see how Iwabi gets on with it. Because we're talking a 31-second gap at Lineru. I don't know if they have the same timing methods. Iwabi doing some magic.
What the heck? Okay.
It's because of, I think when he clipped through the first Shadow Beast, he slightly triggered. That's not gonna work now.
Yeah. Needed to be attacked, the one on the right.
Yeah. So when he clipped through the first Shadow Beast, he kind of got in the detection area of the other Shadow Beast, and that's why he didn't come over to him. So let's see if they both like him now. Yeah, that's good.
Oh no.
Ooh. And he's a hit away from dead as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Which is where he wants to be. However, it makes this.
It's not now.
If you fail this, it makes it a little bit scarier.
He is clipping through these like it's going out of style. That's very unfortunate. And now they're all on top of each other. This is a trick that if you don't get a first try, just the second try is so much harder than the first. I think Beast got Plum cutscene skip on the side, which is very cool. And what Beast is going to do is he's going to clip out of bounds. Very nice, Iwabi. Beast is going to clip out of bounds here and void. And what's that going to do is it's going to set the game to a state where Lake Hylia has no water in it, because Beast drank it all. And now he's going to be able to do is enter via a bomb boost. And it's a trick known as Empty Lake Hylia. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say that probably cost the bones of a minute from Iwabi, if not a little bit more. So be spreading out the gap a little bit, but each attempt of this can lose you about 40 seconds if you fail it. You're supposed to fight them as human normally.
Yeah,
so Beast is doing.
Oh, you go ahead.
You can go. Now I've talked a lot. Drinking tea.
Right. So we got Beast doing the enter lake bed bomb boost. What you saw him doing there when he was in C up. Oh, he very unfortunate with the. I think early gets you no boost, which is
Yeah.
bringing
It's
it
a
right back to even between the two of them if Iwabi can get it first try.
Yeah, the small. I think it's 1 to 6 frames or something. If you're a bit early on, if you're late on it, you'll blow up, but you won't go in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about 40 seconds back towards the Wabi. This is turning all over the place.
But yeah,
See
what
if
you saw
Iwabi-
Beast doing was an instance of angle buffering. So he was in C up, and what he was doing was pulling item wheel and holding full notch. And what that does is gives you a consistent like change in angle. And I think the first instance of doing it more often was mini setup for dot skip, which we won't see in this run, but is prevalent in any category that does glitches and does Temple of Time. But we've been incorporating that into more tricks for this game. And just like that, Iwabi is actually going to be ahead if he can get it first try, because Beast had unfortunately failed twice.
I don't get to ask questions very often. At Simikins, how would have died if he was a wolf? Unless he drops a bomb and then kills it with the wolf, I guess. But see how Iwabi goes.
Nice.
Beautiful. And just like that, we were talking a minute ago about how Iwabi's like 2 minutes behind, and then Iwabi just went, hold my beer, and here we are. Keeping things exciting. They have read the script that we sent them before.
Yeah, and the timings, if you fail it and blow up the rock, is kind of awkward because, at least for me, the visual cue is based on the rock being there. Oh, and another... I'm wondering if it's more of a position thing for Beast than a timing, because I don't think he does ESS side hops. I think he does, like, the flicks.
I'm not too sure. I wouldn't be able to know it well enough to know kind of what is happening. It's quite unfortunate, but as I said, can still bring it back.
Yeah, I know
guess
for
for
me I was
Iwabi.
having issues when I was doing flicks, and switching to ESS fixed it for me, but the thing I'm worried about, I guess not, I wouldn't be, he just needs to be sure to not waste too many bombs.
That is true, actually. I don't even know.
Oh, he got hit. Okay.
Oh.
Is he going to go for the old backup?
I want to say yes.
Don't drop.
It's like 8 backflips or something. He
Oh,
has
he's
to
doing
die.
this setup.
Oh, he has to die. He doesn't have enough health for the bomb boost. At bewildebeest, blow yourself up. He doesn't realize.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's gonna be so sad if he gets in.
Beast, no.
I'd be
No.
ill.
He found out.
I'd be ill. So Iwabi's playing the game too. So Iwabi has had a great lake bed segment. Basically, he made it the whole way through lake bed, and using something called forest bit early in the run, he had the early boss flags already, and he got the zero cycle there on Deku Toad, where basically you drop a bomb and catch it in a ring before it hits the water, and Deku Toad will eat the bomb and blow him up. It's quite a specific trick because bombs in this game, if they're not a water bomb, if they touch water, they will just disintegrate. But Iwabi playing that phenomenally well. Great Deku Toad segment. Or sorry, he's lost the angle again.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, this enter lake bed can be a thing where, if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you can get hit. And if you don't know how to do it, you it's not the most insanely difficult thing, but it's also very easy to lose the feel for it. And I also know the cues are getting harder for Beast to see with it getting later in the day. All right, there we go.
There we go. Unfortunate,
Beast is
but you
in.
know, we've seen it close before. We've got Iwabi going towards the Morphle fight, which is probably the biggest like RNG component. Well, in terms of boss fights at least. Where basically Morphle just kind of swims around, and there's no real rhyme or reason why it goes where it does. And we're going to try our best not to drown. So basically, if we have iron boots on, and then we pull a bomb because we're on the ground, and we force unequip our iron boots, what that lets us to do is it lets us to start floating around in the arena. And basically, if we then drop the bomb, it'll refill our oxygen meter, so that way we can fight Morphle without getting Zora armor. But it is a tense fight. You need to get used to the sound of low oxygen dinging, because it can be stressful. So we'll see how Iwabi gets on RNG wise, and also how many bombs he has to use. I'd be shocked if we saw him go for one bomb, but I have been shocked before.
Yeah, it's about a 3.5 minute gap between the two runners now, so
Some might say exactly 3.5 minutes.
those people would be correct.
Going for one bomb does risk the entire lead. See how the RNG goes. That's nice enough. Will it go back in too fast? Oh, very nice pull.
You definitely got the bomb pull for one bomb if Morphle gives him the RNG, so.
That was tight. The fact he turns away from Morphle kind of scared me a little bit, because like you can't really tell if it's going. But we did see a one bomb earlier today in a Glub versus Dean. Glub got a one bomb. Is Wabi losing 3 minutes in the script? I gotta check. I'm not on the right page. Oh, Morphle wants you to one bomb, dude. It's actually rude not to at this point.
Oh, he's going for it. Oh shit.
Oh, he's going for okay. I did see him get a one bomb earlier in the race. Sorry, earlier in the day.
Nice.
Brilliant from Iwabi.
That was like a very easy and comfy one. Okay, never mind.
Very well done.
That was very good.
So on his pacer he had last night, I saw him get one bomb, and it was a lot tighter than that. That's textbook. That is just like a perfect one bomb. So yeah, wow, very, very good stuff. And Beast just beat my claw shot goal by 44 seconds. So yeah, what Iwabi did there, like I can't talk it up enough about how difficult that is, and how it's not guaranteed in any way, shape, or form. Like Morphle can just choose to not swim near you. You can get bad IRNG. She can swim up, she can swim down, go wherever she wants. So pulling that off in a race, especially when you're ahead, that's phenomenal. Yeah, that's a huge mental refresher. And that also saves him like a minute against his PB, which I'm sure he's worried about at this point. But I saw Beast. Beast had... I actually didn't see if Beast got zero cycle because I was too busy watching Iwabi. So I did that thing that every commentator does where they get too attached to one runner. But it seemed pretty good. 2-minute 45 segment. I'm going to say he got zero cycle. Iwabi narrowly missing gold on Eel. You can't really ask for much better.
No. I mean, especially in a race, just getting through Morphle without any major hiccups is always really nice. And, you know, a one bomb on top of that is just awesome.
Yeah, you can't ask for much better. My splits are from one run. Thank you. But it'd be interesting to see how Beast goes here. Like, obviously, he can't guarantee himself a one bomb, Like in a lot of races, we've seen 3 bombs, 4 bombs. Yeah, a lot of the time in a race, you're just kind of happy to not drown, because drowning, believe it or not, is not ideal. But we'll see how it goes.
I would not be surprised if Beast went for 1 bomb if given the chance to.
Yeah, good pull. Iwabi, in the meantime, working his way through MDH. Nothing crazy to lose time on through here. I don't think Iwabi goes for rope skip, but I could be wrong. It's like a minor time save. And then just kind of climbing through the tower that we did earlier today. I need to stop saying that. And also the outside segment. But we'll see how Beast goes. All eyes on Beast right now. Not ideal.
She could, but
It's
would be
brave.
Really risky. Also, she's going so high up right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think he's
smart
gonna.
move,
Yeah,
Beast.
that's unfortunate.
She is so high up. Oh my! She just went. She did rocket eel. Oh my goodness! I swear to God.
Yeah, Beast doesn't have a whole lot of time from landing on the ground. Like, she went so high up.
She was pretty nice to him on that second one, though.
Yeah. Getting the regrab, nice. Yeah, look, you can't ask for much better. That's just unfortunate RNG, but he played it perfectly. Yeah. Pretty good segment.
A standard 2-bomb eel, I'd say. It was kind of weird having Morpheal go straight up the whole time, but...
Yeah, look, I don't think either of these runners are overly concerned about gap to PB right now. Iwabi started off quite a bit ahead of his, but yeah, a lot of time saving early game. Now it's runner v runner. Iwabi not doing rope skip. A near perfect 2-bomb is bad RNG. If you don't get the RNG for a 1-bomb, it is bad RNG. When your opponent has just hit a 1-bomb. But we'll see the gap coming out of it. I'm going to say it's about 4 minutes. Which is not unheard of. Iwabi saying hello to Giovanni by getting nice and close to him.
Yeah, we have seen multiple times over the course of this run that either runner could make a mistake that could very much so bring time back in the other person's favor. So don't be counting your chickens just yet.
Lucky for you, I have no chickens.
Well, have you checked the eggs in your fridge recently?
Oh, they're gone off. Don't worry about them.
Okay, that's good.
The gap coming out of the eel fight is 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So just under 4 minutes. Definitely not outside the realm of possibility. I didn't know how to react to that. I haven't seen someone bonk a full back there in quite a while. So not the cleanest MDH by Iwabi so far. Jumping after Giovanni and bonking there. And we'll see if the tower goes nice for him, and also if he clips to the bridge outside, which has happened to a couple of runners this tournament.
Was he checking to see if Hugo went down there, or did he?
I think he does.
His cue?
I think he does the method that some runners have started. Like, I think Sky was the one who popularized it for Wolf Bombhouse Skip. That basically you go into C up, and then you hold the up notch, and then roll your finger from B to A, which will close C up and dash to make sure you're always dashing in a straight line. That's what I think he does. I didn't look at his input display at the time, but basically it's to make sure that you get a straightforward dash and you don't accidentally veer off. I still can't get over Beast having 89 rupees. What's the point on this duel, by the way? I thought the run was the right to or the point of this duel is to progress to the winners bracket round 3 of the Wolfdash 4 tournament. And the loser will drop to the losers bracket. And the winner will progress on to race the winner of, I believe, Zachlink and Doopsy. Overall, pretty, after those first couple of mistakes, pretty clean MDH by Iwabi. So if you're interested in what the tournament prize actually is, it's a custom GameCube controller shell. It's dark and a bit kind of wooden looking with a Triforce on it. I believe sponsored by, I believe Anno. I think Anorakis is the one who's putting it up. Really cool controller. Beast going for rope skip. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Was it like 25 seconds to fail it or something?
Yeah, 20, 25. So we didn't see Iwabi go for rope skip. Basically, what you do is when you go in there, the Goron at the bottom will see you if you grab the rope at certain times. But if you go in and skip straight out the cutscene and side hop right, you're able to jump across the room and grab the rope, saving you just a couple of seconds. But the problem is if you fail it, either by skipping the cutscene too late or failing it with the dash like Beast did there, you get kicked out of Telma's bar, losing you about 20 seconds. So it's quite high risk, low reward, but it's something that Beast confidently does. It's in all of his PBs, I believe. So it makes sense to go for it. And Iwabi has just learned Ending Blow, which will be our only hidden skill of the game. And we will see it again in about 2.5 hours when he attacks Ganon.
I hope it's not in 2.5 hours. That would be a very bad run.
That would be, yeah. That actually... yeah, math. An hour and a half. If it is 2.5 hours, I reckon everyone needs to go get themselves another drink. And Iwabi is now on his way to Snow Peak, where we'll see him perform a thing called Map Glitch on the way in through the next loading zone, which disables future loading zones, allowing him to run up through the snowstorm without passing away. Passing away is an awful way of phrasing that. I apologize. I said that, alright. Like that. Yeah, okay.
Did he do unplug? He did, it looked like.
Yeah, I think so.
Or not unplug, I mean controller reset combo.
Oh, well, you do there's a method for Map Glitch where you like hold like it's like Z, Y, X, B, start, and something else, and then you just let go of start and it'll do it.
The map instead of B, but yeah. It's very...
Yeah. It just saves you from having to deal with being D-padded by a GameCube controller. I know Jeez was the first person I saw doing it, and then Nimzo, and I've been doing it for a while. Nice little quick climbs here from Iwabi. So basically, if you get just to the point where the two walls are meeting, you can get a quick climb, which basically just skips the climb animation, just shoots you up a level. So just a bit of nice movement on his way up Snow Peak there. We're going to see him howl here once. He's not going to do it twice, because you should not howl at Prince. And basically what that's going to do is that's going to remove the map glitch so he can go through the next loading zone. Sung it beautifully. Pretty good MDH outside of the failed rope skip by Beast. Not really saving much time. I actually losing a little bit of time over Iwabi. Just because that one failed attempt. But now Beast will be off to learn his own ending blow instead of his coup de grace as Iwabi learned. That cave is a bit dark, so very good there from Iwabi.
I'll be honest, I was very confused when you were talking about Kay when he was doing ending blow, but I was looking at the wrong person's gameplay.
That would be the other racer.
Like, it's very bright for a cave.
Very, very well lit. Iwabi successfully getting the Snow Peak Messenger skip there. So the trigger for Yeto, our big friend here, is quite large. So what you can do is you could do an LJ off the edge of the cliff to the outside. And what that'll do is it will skip the messenger fight and let you go into the snowboarding. But a downside of that is that the snowstorm never clears, and also the rupees don't spawn in. So Iwabi is going to go down there without being able to see too far ahead of him. There are some visual cues you can use, but look, I've fallen off. I'm not going to lie to you. It is a thing that some runners do. But hopefully smooth sailing for him. And Beast is on his way to start climbing up Snow Peak. And the reason Iwabi here is jumping and doing a bunch of spin attacks is that basically when you're in the air, your speed is held at a consistent value. So basically when you hit the max speed, which is 60, I believe, if you then jump in the air, you will just hold that. So you're going to see him do a lot of spin attacks and jumping.
If he was a true gamer, though, he would have done map glitch and then done, was it Bane jump? So unfortunately, you can't actually do that because it doesn't do you any good. But
That
it
is
is a very
so
cool trick
awesome.
you could do.
Sorry, he looked like he was getting close to the edge. Iwabi has very bright gameplay. Like the capture is quite bright. So I was struggling to see the visual cue in the back. This is quite a. If you're gonna bonk anywhere, that's probably the best point to bonk. Bonking any later, you have to kind of do the walk of shame, where Link can't pick up any speed, and you kind of just need to trudge through.
Yeah, that corner there, especially. I lost my train of thought. That first corner or that last corner is very easy to bonk on, and like Teabag said, you just have the trudge of shame if you accidentally do that.
He did get the Midna tech skip at the end there, so the 2 jump attacks around the corner just to skip a little Midna trigger. Saves a very small amount of time, but nice movement.
I've been seeing more top runners go for it lately too.
It's really not that hard. It's not that specific. It's like you can come out of the snowboard and backflip just before the corner and do it. That works. Nice, Iwabi. Very nice floor clip. And we're going to see him perform a ladder freezer cancel here. So first try. But basically what it is that if you drop down from the ladder at a certain frame, the freezer will attack you. And then what you can do is you can climb up the ladder again and then drop at a certain time. And what happens is the freezer's attack is going to expire. So now you can just make your way through. This saves us from having to get... if you go the casual route, like a bunch of keys, if you're going the other speedrun route, there is a little wall clip you can do. So that was very clean from Iwabi. French is slower, but he doesn't need to get any rupees because he can just fire loves the French. Going for the bomb strat on Dark Hammer.
Oh, because he did a 1 bomb, so he has extra bomb to spare. Nice coos from Beast.
Yeah, since that mistake in Elden Twilight, it's been a pretty good run from Iwabi. Like Deku Toad, Zero Cycle, 1 bomb Morpheal. Like he's not put a whole lot wrong. It was just that one Elden mistake that really cost him a lot of his time. Like I'm trying to think of his mistakes, and it's like that mistake in Elden, and then also he failed EMS once. But apart from that, he's played pretty solid the whole way through. And that is a 2.5 second gold for Iwabi.
Jesus.
No, Jesus running later in the week.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. I think I don't understand the previous segment stuff. Is that 3.5 second gold?
2.5 second. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
because he saved 6 seconds over
Oh,
3.5
3.5.
possible.
Yeah.
So he's defying the laws of physics apparently, in time.
Look at him go. And we've got Beast now making his way down Snow Peak. Oh, that was that scared me for a second. So he'll make his way down. Luckily for him, he's already at 89 rupees. So what you'll see here is you're going to see a slight route difference. That basically Beast is going to need to collect rupees after killing Darkhammer. So he's going to go through the back room there and get an 100 rupee from a bubble, and also an 100 rupee at the entrance to Snow Peak. So just a small route change there just to get him up his rupee count a bit. And Iwabi doing the really fun ladder climb.
18 seconds of pure joy.
Savor every moment. See if
And
Beast gets this. Nah, it doesn't go for it. No.
And
I
like
do wonder.
Oh,
you can go.
I was gonna say a little fun fact about that shorter ladder is that it was a very big. It's an unfortunate ladder for the low transforms category because they don't really have a way of easily bypassing it, or bypassing it at all. I don't think they can even take a chicken to get over there. So there's a fun little bit of trivia. That ladder sucks.
It's too big a ladder.
Yeah.
Unfortunate not getting the floor clip from Beast. I was going to say before that because Beast got so much distance on his snowboarding on the final jump, I wonder if like jumping shorter and getting the midna text is better than jumping further and not getting the midna skip. We're talking minute values. But a first try LFC, unless something goes wrong on the second part by Beast. Oh yeah, I will say Iwabi's just been in cruise control. It's been a really impressive showing from him. Like, I think that Elden mistake cost him upwards of 2.5 minutes. So to kind of be under 2.5 minutes from his PB is a pretty good showing.
It's just been kind of chilling for the last half hour, or really just since Elden, like you were saying. So I can only imagine the one bomb from Morpheal really helped like get him fully back into the mindset, because I can definitely understand. Can you get the one frame grab from the ball and chain?
I don't know.
It was very close to a beast, so I wonder if you could get the ball and chain grab.
So although Iwabi's got a little bit of a lead at the moment, we're going into a dungeon where a lot can go wrong. So heading into Arbiters now, which has 2 pretty big boss skips. Found the ball and chain there. There's a bit of RNG in it. We're going to see Beast get up to 300 rupees by the end of it. So stuff can swing. If Iwabi can get through Arbiters like unscathed and with like a good Lord skip and all that, he's putting himself into a really good contention to see it out. But Lord skip is so difficult. Just a complete bottleneck on the run. So he's very much not in the clear yet. There's still a bit to go. A Beast here just getting his final rupees. So he'll be up to 289,
Nice.
which is just an amazing amount.
I think Iwabi said we're gonna see him go for the LJA setup for getting into the KB trigger,
Oh wow.
it's slower but it's cool.
Yeah, like you fly in there. I've not seen anyone ever go for that.
I think it was like barely slower or something. And it's like really cool.
I guess also like less fear of failing the jump attack.
Yeah, you
I don't
can't
know.
really like. You don't have to like. There's no like a
Angle
real
it.
adjusting. It's just kind of aim with the ring and then LJ as soon as you can.
Yeah, that's wild. The time between the first cutscene and getting into the fight is so small compared to when you go at normal speed. See Beast enjoying his 18-second climb.
And we saw from both of them, but they're intentionally not looking at the lake to help mitigate some lag as well. Because looking at Lake Hylia proper has a little bit of lag. And we also might see him, we'll see him try and do a like pulling ball and chain right before he jumps. What that will do is it has the same effect of putting on iron boots to where you will fall faster because physics. And there you go, we got it there,
Whee!
and you got the auto roll, nice.
That
It's kind of
shouldn't be as
awkward to get,
entertaining as it is.
I love it so much. The auto roll is kind of awkward though, because it's easy to not get it and then take fall damage.
Iwabi trying his best to boomerang up to the first medallion in Arbiters. So this will be a very important segment, so it'll be interesting to take note of their enter times and their spinner times. Because even though both these runners are so good at this segment, they're some of the best runners for the split. Losing a minute and a half, not unheard of in spinner by any stretch. It's just a really difficult segment. That's all there really is to it. It's a lot of small rooms, a lot of intricate movement. There's a bit of RNG around it in terms of like the pose can keep spinning around, the Moldorms can love you so much. So a lot can go wrong in this dungeon. But not watching the Poe cutscene.
Iwabi's been putting a lot of time into grinding out this segment in particular, so he's been getting some really good practice times on it, so I would not be surprised if we see a very good spinner out of him as well. But like T-Bag was saying, there's some a lot of small RNG things as well as just difficult things to execute on that really anything can happen in the next 10-11 minutes.
It is that thing that because the segment is so hard, I'm both expecting them to play phenomenally and absolutely awfully. I'd be equally unsurprised if it's like a gold or if it's like 2 minutes off gold. Because we'll see how, and the Moldorms come flying. That's a that's a very rightwards thing. Is he gonna make it back? They are loving you, mate. Okay. So basically what you want to do, nice heart. What you want to do there is basically you want to do exactly what Iwabi did. Put two in LJ that you can get a little pop up on the pillar and roll across. And what that lets you do is it basically, now we're going to go to Poe 4 as our first Poe of the dungeon, so we can skip Poe 1 entirely. But that was very risky. I wasn't confident he was going to make it back before the Moldorms blocked him.
And then Beast is also doing. Yep, he's doing enter KB3 as well. It'll be slightly different where we'll see him do a jump attack into the void instead of the LJA that Iwabi did, which is a little bit faster. But it takes longer to get into the fight itself, but it's less setup time.
Let's see how Iwabi's RNG goes on these pose. So basically the pose here, they're going to spin at least 4 times. So this should be our final set of 4. Yep, perfect. There is nothing you can do to make them spin less or more. It's just kind of, pardon the pun, the nature of the beast. And now what he's going to do is spin attack the second one, and now this is the Poe that he will take his scent from.
Yeah, ideally, if he had perfect RNG there, the Poe that would have formed would have been the one in the doorway. which is why he did that first jump attack. Because if that first one, if the good one is in the doorway, then it puts you right next to it after you do your sense, and you can just kind of do a really quick turn and open the door right away. But we're talking, you know, less than a second difference from the, or like a second difference for the side post, so it's negligible.
Gonna be interested to see which red beast opts for, or if he skips them all and then gets the blue and the skull and tries to get 6 RNG rupees. He's got
I really
a couple of
hope
options.
He tries to skip them, skip the reds, because I don't know why he would have gotten that extra yellow if he wasn't gonna get wasn't gonna skip all of them, unless he really just wanted to show off for us, which I wouldn't put it past him. He likes to put on a show when he can.
He does indeed. We're talking a 4-minute 25 gap into arbiters. So like realistic, I said it earlier in the run. Iwabi in theory could not go for Lord Skip. I can't see him doing that because kind of like you go with what you're consistent at and what you. But like in theory, if he wanted to, he's 4 and a bit minutes ahead. You take that 1 minute 40, 2 minute hit, depending how your fight goes. Like you're still 2 minutes clear. If you're confident, you could have a 2 minute end game, like an end game within 2 minutes of Beast. He could 100% skip it. So I don't think he will, just for the sake of like, I don't know what the right word for it is. But yeah, it is a possibility. I have to keep an eye on that in about 8 minutes time. We'll see how he goes with a bit of speed rat here. That's unfortunate. Yes. Yeah, just missing the R press on the lever, just causing him to miss that. You can basically get, when you're pushing that lever around the room, you can have Remy the rat hit you to interrupt it, and that means you can leave from the lever a bit early and let it go around. I just said liver instead of lever. So yeah, Beast goes with Po 1 skip. Looks good. Nice.
Textbook Po 1 skip. Nice.
Oh, and taking out the Mulder just for style. Never saw it coming.
So a little bit of time gained on Iwabi for a first try from Beast. Probably like 10 seconds or so that he gained back from Iwabi. So he'll need every second he can get, though.
See how Iwabi goes with the spread of Stalkins within here. So what you want is the 2 of the little skeletons, Stalkins. You want kind of one on the left and one on the right. And basically what that does is it builds like a triangle between them and the Redead. And that will allow for a really fast fight. Again, just out of your control, but you can, if you get off with the RNG, you can try and take it. But a pretty decent Po 3 room, yeah. See how Beast goes with the RNG here.
An extra spin. Oh, never mind. I
No.
miscounted.
We are good. They have to do it in groups of 4s or...
Yeah.
Will he get the fast Po 4 check? Unfortunate. Yep. A near identical... Yes, basically an identical room to Iwabi. Even the same Po afterwards. But Iwabi looking like an 815, 820 Po door. Pretty good. Yeah, especially with a failed Po 1 skip. That's actually, yeah.
That's really good for a failed Po 1 skip.
Beast does have the opportunity to make up some time here. Yeah, an 823 Po door. See how he goes with early boss key. Not getting an instant clip in, but second time around. That's so unfortunate. There's a quick climb you can get there, but if you go too far right, you'll void. But if you go too far left, you'll fall back down. And now we can see a bit of the human movement. Good start. So this saves a couple of seconds over doing the wolf method. It's pretty standard between most top runners to go for it. But this room is definitely the harder of the two, I feel like. Because you have to do a break slide to get through the sand here. So you'll see iwabi buffer for it. Very nice.
That was very cool.
And then wait for
He
the
like
stall.
nudged the bomb a little bit.
Yeah.
That was funny.
He's at Euro 2024, having a bit of a kick. GG, I'm gonna put it out there. Iwabi's pretty good at this game.
Oh.
I'm gonna put it out there.
That's pretty a big take to take.
I
gotta
know.
say.
Apart from that Elden Twilight, this has been an absolute clinic. Oh, Beast getting a nice B press out of the Po 2. We'll see how iwabi goes with Death Sword Skip. Obviously, he had a bit of trouble with the last super jump with EMS. But what he's going to do here is basically you're going to get Death Sword into a certain point. You're going to get a midna charge attack. And then you're going to basically release when he's at a certain point in the air. And you're going to clear the gate at the back of the room there. Saves like 20, 25 seconds over fighting him. You can also get stuck, which is always really fun. Good camera lineup.
Nice.
Very nice. Well done.
That's a very good spinner from iwabi, especially with a failed Po1 skip. And also the annoying stuck Death Sword, which can be very awkward to back up.
Dude failed Po 1 skip, got Death Sword stuck, and missed goal by 15 seconds. That is fair play.
Practice your arbiters, kids. It pays off, really.
It definitely does pay off. Even though there's a lot of RNG in it, it's just like you can still play well. RNG is not the be all and end all. Alright, will iwabi go for Stallard skip? This is what I want to know. You've already hit one bomb. Like, oh,
Will he
Beast
get a
getting.
one-bomb Stallard?
I hope. You know what? I hope he does. Beast is getting attacked by a school of Stolken.
I hope he didn't aggro that re-dead. He was in front of it for a second there.
I've
But I guess that
definitely
re-dead
seen
is
it done.
blind.
Beast getting a dash out Po 3 as well.
So we have Beast is going to be doing what iwabi just did, making his way to Death Sword to do Death Sword skip, and human movement on the way. However, on iwabi's side, he's going to be doing a trick called Stallard skip, which I'd say is
We hope.
probably... Yes, I would expect him to be going for it, but
I don't know. If I was him, I wouldn't. That's like just run management.
yeah.
Because this is how you let Beast back in. If you go for Stallard skip and you fail it, you're giving him a minute, and you fail it again. Like it's not easy.
I guess it kind of depends big in part on if he's watching the restream at all.
Yeah, I think also we have definitely seen some runners who go for it and they'll fail the CAD at the start of the trick and then just fight Stallard because you've made the mistake. You may as well just yeah.
Ooh, Beast got the instant clip there.
Yeah, I think Beast saved 1 second over iwabi in the first half of Arbiters.
Yeah, first try Po1 skip saves a singular second, as we all know.
1 second. That's actually why we call it Po 1 skip. Yeah.
We skip losing that 1 second.
Yep.
Let's see if iwabi goes for it. Of course, yeah. Okay, he's going for it. So there are basically 3 steps to Stallard skip. So this first part is what we did there was setting his angle for when he gets to this side. And first is the CAD or claw shot actor displacement. Essentially, if you go into a falling animation while claw shot into something, it'll come to you instead of you going to the actor. So he's going to be setting up for a specific vertical angle, so he's targeting very low on the stall, on the what's it called? His name is Joseph, the stealth troop. That's what it is. And then step 2 is the wall clip, which I think is frame perfect.
I believe so.
And he's going to be using the ring here for some breath management on Stallard. Because, believe it or not, taking damage from Stallard's breath is not ideal when trying to do a trick that involves taking damage. So, getting the wall clip, and the third part is just a bump, which it looked like he got edged from the wall there a little bit. I hope that doesn't mess him up. Okay, easy.
Yeah, very well done.
Iwabi. Very good.
That's fair. Like, yeah, that's what you want to see. I was thinking, like, if he doesn't go for it, like, whatever. But now, like, yeah, the only is like Beast has to hit it. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, Beast has to go for it. Beast has to get it.
And he has to get Death Sword skip now, which we will see if he can get first try to keep in the game.
Bit late.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a bit late on the release.
Yeah, it's probably a frame or two late on letting go of B. I think it's like like 2 or 3 frames or something. And I've heard it also depends on where you're at, which I don't know the ins and outs of it, but
yeah, it very much does. So, like, obviously, he's very far. Yeah, he was quite far back there. But basically, like, if you're further right when when Death Sword floats up, you're gonna have a more direct line. So kind of you want to almost go very diagonally to give you more frames to work with. Beast also just reset his splits.
I'm guessing he's sick of looking at the splits.
Yeah.
Which, fair play.
Look, I'd never say anyone's out of the race. I think Iwabi is definitely making it hard for him. Like, I don't like. No one should think that like Beast is playing bad or anything like that by any imagination. Like, this quality of run would still beat like over half of the competition in Wolfdash. We're talking about 2 runners who are very, very good. And Iwabi is just not giving him an inch. Yeah, he's closed his live split. So with Stallard skip now, you're talking 3.5 minutes, and Iwabi is basically 2 minutes into this split. So you're talking a little bit over 5 minutes. So, like, look, I'm gonna say seeing someone not get a tier in Elden Twilight and then have to go back for it in a run in like a tourney of a race of this magnitude is crazy. Someone could hit the Argrot cutscene. I'm just putting it out there. All right, that could happen. We've seen it happen before, or they could hit the fan trigger. Stuff happens in this game. Iwabi showing us what it means to be French, where he can now just he says yes, and then has to go back and talk to him again. And now the second time around, Fire will just be like, okay, yeah, fair enough, and he will fix his cannon for you.
Yeah, you can't understand it because it's in French, but we're basically telling him that we're poor and we need to go save the world, and he's like, you know what, dude, fair play.
Okay, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, if I do have to go up against Beast, Beast could do this against me and still beat me. That's the level of runners we're talking about here. But Iwabi on his way to see. So Iwabi got a 154.29. So he's on pace for like a sub 255 if he has a really good endgame. Which that'd be one of the better times in the tournament if I'm not mistaken. And it would be his best time of the tournament so far. Yeah, well, it'll be one of the top times of the tournament so far.
Yeah, there have been a lot of really good runs thus far, including 248 from Nimzo just a couple days ago. So, and expect some more really top times as we get further into the brackets as well.
The pointy end. Look, there
With
is
the
time
pointy
for
end.
there is time for Beast to make up, but it's basically a case of Beast will make up that he doesn't do the angle setup. What a gamer. There is time for Beast to make up, but basically he needs Iwabi to make mistakes. And so far throughout this whole run, Iwabi's not really doing that.
Yeah, the Iwabi's fate is 100% in his own hands.
Yeah.
If he can stay focused for the next little less than an hour, then like he can, come home with the win. However, he needs to not get too complacent with stuff and, get too comfortable with things and make silly mistakes, because that is not necessarily with him, but just in general, it's happened before. Oh, Beast showing off. Beast memeing a little bit.
Showing the world.
Okay, so this is a soft lock for Beast, so I think... Well, actually, no, he can just void out and do it again. Okay. If he would have killed Stallard, that would have soft locked him, because Stallard would have fallen through the floor. Oh wait, no. Never mind. That's a soft lock.
Yeah, but Stallard does look scary like that.
Or he can just die also, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna finish it off.
I think
There's a
he
chance.
is if he died. Okay, yeah, he'll finish her out for now, but like realistically, there's not a whole lot that Iwabi could do to kill the run. Like, only thing I can really think of is if he accidentally got cool game, or I guess a random transform crash could happen. It is Twilight Princess after all.
You can't just leave Arbiters. You need to fight Stallard or get through the door some way. I may just have to refresh on my end. I think I'm getting a lot of lag on the streams.
Oh wow, we did the killing with the spinner.
It is such a cool strat. See how Beast goes with Stallard skip. Very nice.
2 first tries from Beast. I wonder if he's gonna go for the bomb strat on the messengers, because ideally he wouldn't if he was on a PB attempt, because he wants those bombs elsewhere. But given he's been kind of trying to show some stuff off, I would be surprised if he still goes for it.
What's he got? He's got 4 bombs, 2 for
Yeah,
Zant,
okay.
2 for Hyrule.
Yeah, so he'll just be short a bomb, but as long as he has 2, he can finish the run out. But this is a strat that I believe was first showcased in the X All Dungeons tasks. And then Zach came along and the other day and made it more of an RTA setup for it, which isn't too bad, and it saves a couple of seconds over the original fight. What did he?
Is he? I think he's just having a bit of fun now.
He wasted that. He really didn't want that extra bomb. Oh, he's trying to show the stupid wall. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and on the Wabi's side, sorry, it's it's very bad habit getting stuck on one runner. Iwabi is going to be doing, or he's been making his way through city, which is a lot of LJAs.
Oh, unfortunate.
A lot of voids. He's trying to use this man chicken to skip having to pull one of the thingies. What are we gonna call them? Like the metal pea hat things. And using
I don't actually know what they're called.
Grab that ledge.
The Denalfos scaring strat with the claw shot. Yeah, that's something that is quite common. It's actually not that difficult to perform. But I appreciate Beast raising the mirror.
His all mirror charge run is now valid.
Yep. Where is he going?
He's trying to transform with very little success.
This is a low transforms run.
There, fella.
You cannot transform.
The game will not allow it. So
Dude, I wonder if Iwabi knows.
Going for Iwabi's gonna go for his own setup for Arrowfield skip, which is another instance of angle buffering. So he'll be looking up and angle buffering down to a specific frame.
Beast is trying to get the heart piece without blowing up the rock. There's a way to get this heart piece. In Hundo, we get this by blowing up the rock and doing it, but there's a way to actually pull the heart piece without exploding the rock. It is quite precise. I know that Tass does it. Surprise, surprise. Alright, Beast is now out of bombs. Whatever will he do?
And then Iwabi just got his second claw shot. And we missed it earlier, but he did our Grok cutscene skip, which set his respawn point back to that small key chest. And he's now making his way to do Kai Clip. Excuse me. Sorry.
I will say, if this was a Hundo run, I feel like Beast is ahead right now because he's got more heart pieces. That's 100% how that works. Tournament. I would love a Hundo tournament.
Nice boomerang. And with a pretty precise claw shot target on this top grate, Iwabi can claw shot up, go down a consistent amount, and then claw shot up to this target through the grate.
I know I should be like interested in where Iwabi's going. I'm so hooked as to what Beast is doing. Dude's got 300 rupees just to spare. I don't know where he's going. He's gonna go crash the stock market. I don't know what he's doing.
And a good kite clip from second try from Iwabi.
He's going to Vegas? Can he warp? Oh, he's going to go do Precious Booty Jump. I bet you that's where he's going. To go do PBJ. Or he's going to go get the tier that Iwabi missed. Couldn't resist.
Alright, Iwabi is going to be doing a very cool double LJA here. I mean, I think it speaks for itself. It's very flashy.
Do you reckon Iwabi knows that Beast is just like doing a world tour?
I don't know.
Iwa-
I don't think
Iwabi's
Iwabi
got,
really
like,
looks.
wiping the sweat off his forehead. And Beast is like, yeah, but dude, I'm on top of the watchtower. Yeah, I think it's going for PBJ.
Yeah, he is.
Alright, rando runners. Take notes. Or pirate RTA runners?
Yeah.
Look at that.
And you
I
won't be able
reckon-
to pick it up.
I reckon we just give him the win.
Sorry, Iwabi.
Yeah. Bobby having a little bit of trouble on the fan tower. Beast, go get the chicken in the spring.
Iwabi missing that target. These fans are on a cycle as soon as you enter it. And with good claw shotting, you can actually make the cycle. And if you had bomb arrows, you could actually do an even faster strat with 1 or even 2.
Oh my god, Beast is on the board mines. Oh, hell yeah. He's doing early elevator. This is cool. This is a new thing that we found for GMRTA and also for Hundo. That's not it. But basically, it's a different way to get into the top of Death Mountain, to enter Goron Mines. And it helped drop the Goron Mines world record down by like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Because it meant we didn't need to clear Elden? I don't remember.
Yeah.
What is Beast doing?
An 80% speedrun. Obviously. And then Iwabi is coming up on Argorak. This fight is just. Sorry, excuse me.
I think Beast is trying to be entertaining. I think that's how he's trying. Nice roll.
And then Iwabi's going to be going for, ideally, a regrab after doing his first tail grab on Argorak. Nice jump attack.
Now, he just had a rough time on Enter Lake Bed. And then it's kind of been a bit of a chaotic run. Like, Beast failed Sword and Shield skip, and then, like, Iwabi dug out. Iwabi left the Watchtower bug and didn't realize and lost 2.5 minutes to it. But then, yeah, Beast lost, like, I think 4 minutes to Enter Lake Bed. And, the whole thing's just been a bit chaos, to be honest. Iwabi's played so well. Outside of forgetting that tier, phenomenal run.
Yeah, Beast didn't fail Sour Skip. Just the first time he did it, he which one? I'm losing my train of thought.
Oh my
The
god!
first time
I
he
didn't
did
know
it, he went underneath.
Did you see where Beast is?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I
Because
have
that's
no
how they
idea.
used to. That's how they used to reload the area before they knew you could just talk to Goron too, or before you could just like walk past the Gorons.
Oh.
Because he's
Will
gonna
he
use
get it
he's
again?
gonna use Spinner to get into GM. But Iwabi is just doing Argorak. He's gonna be going for some flame skips. The first two are the same. Essentially, what he's going to be doing is relatively specific claw shots to basically just sink low enough that Argorak thinks that he fell, and that will cause her to stop spewing flames. And the third cycle is a little bit different, but it has the same premise. It's just a little bit different because of the fact that she turns around about halfway through. So the first two from Iwabi would be the same, and then the third one will be similar but slightly different. And Beast, of course, is going to Goron Mines.
That's become a trend in this company. I think he's the third person to go to Goron Mines. Beast is about to win.
GMRTA does Core OTD often.
I was gonna say Beast is about to win in GMRTA. Go for it again, Beast. I feel like we started off this like very structured and like talking about the run and all this kind of stuff, and now I'm just like, hey, make this pike jump.
Yeah, the last hour of any percent isn't. There's not a whole lot going on for it. There's like a lot of small things that are important to point out, but like
yeah, I just want
especially
like
Palace is just like kind of go through the dungeon but quickly.
yeah, I just want to point out like Beast, unfortunately on how his run went, and I just want to say like Iwabi has had a great running. So it'll be interesting to see how both of them progress. Like, realistically, the thing is, this could be the grand final. Like, kind of, Beast can still make his way back into main bracket, and Iwabi could continue progressing. So, like, these guys could come up against each other again, because the way the bracket works is that basically, Beast will come down into losers bracket, and then if you win losers bracket, you get to face the loser of effectively whoever came second in winners bracket, and the winner of that gets back up into it. So they actually could end up racing each other again, which is quite exciting. You can do it, Beast. No,
No, you cannot.
yeah.
The game
His,
said no.
His rusty on Hundo. Yeah.
But to be fair, you don't do that one in Hundo, even though it's the same.
No.
I need to run Hundo again. God dang it! This is making me want to go run the category again.
Everyone should run Hundo.
Does anybody want to do a small Hundo tournament?
I reckon. Beast is not technically a DNF, and we will all stay here until he chooses it as a DNF. This is actually a hostage situation.
Nice. Good measure putting out the torch slug while you're at it.
Iwabi, if you can hear us and you know what Beast is doing, just like, I don't know, give us a wave. I don't know how the best way to ask for it. Do a backflip or something.
I'm waiting for a backflip now.
So the purpose of a tournament isn't to get a world record. Like, if you do, fair play, but like that's not the nice grab. That's not the make or break. He's just having a bit of fun. But you don't have to get world record to win the tournament. I would love to see that. I swear, I think Beast should just pull up the glitchless task. We'll just watch that. Will Beast do Temple of Time? I don't think he'll be able to get there.
He could beat Snow Peak.
Oh, I should go fishing.
With what fishing rod?
Oh, true.
Or
And you can't even go get the fishing rod now.
Can you do henna if you don't have the fishing rod? Like if you go on her boat?
Oh my god, do roll goal. Yeah, Prince knows.
Oh, and then Iwabi is just making his way through Palace. There's just 7 small keys to collect throughout the course of the dungeon. And there's no real way to like skip anything. So it's just kind of doing stuff fast.
I'm messaging Beast, telling him to do roll goal. Just do Cave of Ordeals. We have a lot of potential here. Oh, Wabi knows. Okay, hi, Wabi. Wabi's aware. No backflips needed.
We can still backflip if you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to hammer him. I'm absolutely beating a dead horse. I just don't want like, I know Beast is having a mess around. I don't want to take away from Awabi's run in any way. Like the dude has played so well. And they're both still in the tournament.
It's a very good I guess example of the race is never over, even though he like wasted 2 minutes in Goron Mines to like that mistake. It's
Who went to Goron Mines?
Wait, did I say Goron Mines?
Yeah, who went to Goron Mines?
Oh, I mean during Elden Twilight. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got Goron Mines on the brain apparently.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Like in terms of like lead turns, we had a load of them. Like Beast failed Hugo, so then like Awabi was ahead by like a minute and a bit at Magic Armor. Then, Beast failed Rupee Roll, and we were like, okay, now there's an even bigger gap. And then Awabi just literally one tiny thing, and all of a sudden then he was behind. And then Enter Lake Bed happened. Like it was very jumping around for a bit. But Awabi just played really well. Like one bomb, DSS, everything. Like Lord Skip. Like hasn't really put a foot wrong.
Yeah, I mean it was said before, but the one bomb I think was like really got Awabi back in the game. And like
that might void if he gets this clip. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
There is a couple of like I know we've got obviously time to kill. There is a couple of runners doing Hundo. So I know like Marco has been doing a bit of it as well. Beast has talked about going back to it. I've talked about I should be going back to it soon. I think G's is talking about going back to it as well. So we could have a couple of Hundo runners on the horizon.
I'm heavily debating doing just like a D-Rust tonight because it's very tempting.
Hundo is a phenomenal category.
And like with my new job, it's more feasible for me to just do like a no reset when I go home from work. So
it's the way to be. I'd like to think that someday we'd have a Hundo tourney. Hundo is just like because of the length of it, like the runner with the better PB, just like it makes it a lot easier. Whereas in 8%, because the tricks are so costly, like you can get upsets where even though like
I was gonna do pot jump. Oh shoot.
Yeah, he is. This man has glitches on his mind.
Ah, you goofy. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Beast is currently working, or has been working on a glitchless task, and he just finished, I believe he just finished Arbiters, so it's coming along pretty quickly. And then an update on the Wabi side, he just got the first soul is entering what is known as Stupid Room. That is because this room is stupid. There's a couple keys in this room at the start that can be a pain in the butt, as well as 4 possible Zant head spawns, which each add a varying level of difficulty as well as speed. So he'll be hoping for the close one for speed, but the far one is probably like one of the easiest to make work because it's really easy to kill them when they're just on solid ground and not a moving platform.
He's gonna do KSS.
I think the KSS.
I think the fastest Zant head is the 3rd one, if I'm not mistaken, because it basically
it's the first one because it would be you killing it the soonest.
I think it's the 3rd. Maybe the 1st and the 3rd one are basically the same, but basically you can kill the 3rd one and still make it to the chest by the time it opens. That's the difference. But I think with the 1st one, it makes the platform cycles really weird, whereas the 3rd one you can get that kill on it. It is the 1st one. Okay. Beast, can you do roll go?
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be past KSS for that point. And then I'll be making the claw cycle in that room. If you're fast enough, you can get up to that claw shot target before that chest spawns.
And Beast got a KSS. Ooh, Spidey shot. Oh.
Just missed it.
Maybe Beast is doing a GMRTA run.
Do we explain the Dangoro 1 cycle? Or like the fast fight?
So when you're running Apes then and you get to the Dangora fight, what you want? What he's gonna do is he's gonna throw Dangoro, and then basically he's gonna grab the ledge here because of the distance. Never mind. What he wants to do is basically you wanna start to throw Dangoro at a certain spot that you throw off Dangoro, and then you grab the ledge. And what that'll do is basically it'll cause him to not bounce on after his first cycle. So it cuts out a cycle of the Dangoro fight.
I'm disappointed he didn't do ball and chain strat though.
For a moment I went, he doesn't have ball and chain because I was like, he's in Goro Mines, but he very much does have ball and chain.
And then Iwabi just did Phantom Zant 2. Same as Phantom Zant 1. Just quick spins for days, basically. And Iwabi, just it's the same as there's not a whole lot to comment on for Palace, because a lot of really tiny things that don't look like a whole lot, but just add up to being a lot of time.
And it's something that's like super criminally underappreciated by like runners of the game is the fact that like just going into a room and going, cool, let's just throw the soul there. Like as a casual player, trying to figure out like throwing the soul and then your path into the stairs is such a nightmare. But us knowing, oh, if you just run into this room and throw it forwards, you're all good. Like it's so criminally underrated. When I was like, I remember being new and not knowing that.
Yeah, run straight room.
Yeah. I reckon we just turn this into a bit of a hundo showcase. Beast, go get some golden bugs. Collect some pose. Hit a day-night cycle if you can. That'd be nice. Like, go hit Car. Dude, he's got 300 rupees. Go hit Kara TD.
They go do MDH again, so we can do the post MDH cycle real quick.
Yeah, sure. If you, I know you have bug skip.
Yeah, do icky hoops.
Bit of cave ordeals. What we can talk about is where these runners go now. So basically, yeah, as I said, Iwabi will be going to effectively what is the semi-final, but there's also a losers bracket final. So he'll be going up against the winner of Doopsy and Zach. And then the winner of that race is the winner of Nimzo and Marco. So the bracket's getting pretty stacked at this point. Beast
those
will...
are going to be some two really entertaining matches.
Yeah, Doopsy and Zach, I think, is on tonight American time. And I believe it's being restreamed. Could be wrong. And then Nimzo Marco is huge. That's first, third on the leaderboards. Beast will be coming down to losers bracket to... we're going to race in Hundo, I reckon.
That'd be really funny.
Dude, the gap between my any percent PB to his PB is the same as the gap from my Hundo PB to his Hundo PB. I think let's just run Hundo for more fun. And basically Beast, if he goes through the losers bracket, can make his way back into the main bracket. But the losers bracket's getting pretty stacked at this point. Like kind of like Simi's there, TGD you're there, Dean and Anno are there, Jeez is down there as well. So there's like sub 250 runners, low 250 runners, just hanging out in the losers bracket now. It's a stacked place to be.
Yeah, I know. With the way the tournament is formatted, even just like losers brackets and the main bracket are extremely stacked, and like there's still really no way of knowing who's gonna win it because there are multiple people that will be in the losers bracket, like Beast for example, that could still run away and come back with the win. So just because you lose in the main like bracket, not losers, then doesn't mean you're just done for yet. It's much like this race, it's anybody's ball game, except maybe not quite anymore. I think Beast would have a hard time beating Iwabi.
I don't believe that bracket is up to date. I think you may want this one. If the mods don't time me out. I don't believe Madeline's is up to date. But the challenge one should be. That's the one organized by the tournament organizers. So what you'll see in that, you won't see the last chance bracket in there. The redemption bracket, but there's a link within it. So what you'll see in there is you'll see the winners bracket at the top, and you'll see the losers bracket at the bottom. So yeah, you'll see Beast will drop down from race 13 down to race 17 against me, and Iwabi will go on and wait to hear from Doopsy and Zach, which will be a really good race. Doopsy and Zach are both ex Super Paper Mario runners, and they're seed 4 and 5, so they're quite familiar with each other. So that'll be a really interesting race. That's later on tonight, I want to say. I don't have.
I think it's like 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern or something like that.
It is 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
So if you're looking for more TP any percent, there will be some on this evening, and should be getting restreamed from the looks of it. So
it's going to be a very, it's going to be a close race. I can promise you that much.
Yeah, they're both amazing runners. Zach has a 250, got it just last week before. And Doopsy not been running that long, kind of the same period as Iwabi, and has a 252. So a very good runner.
Yeah, we've had like Iwabi and Doopsy, like two that immediately come to mind, of like very new runners that got top times very quickly.
Yeah, there's the range of times some people have played this game. Like, kind of, you look like Beast has played for like 4 years. Iwabi's played for 6 months. Like, Anno has played for like 10 years. Kind of in the last couple of years, I've only been in the community coming up on 3 years now. But the amount of runners who have just like popped up and then have just become so good so fast. And people coming in from other Zelda games as well, which I really like to see. Like, Iwabi's coming from like MM3D, Wind Waker HD. Like, we had Mini for a bit, who came from Wind Waker, who got a very good time very, very quickly. It's nice to see. Beast, just go to roll goal. Give the people what they want.
Iwabi is in early platform room. There is a platform at the top of this room that is on a cycle, and he is trying to make it. So if he's fast enough, which he should be fine, he hasn't made any mistake up to this point, he should be able to make it without an issue.
So White Midna glitch is basically where you... Is it to defeat Moorfield before clearing Linnea? Oh, I don't know. Is that what it is? What's WMB?
I don't remember. It's something along those lines.
It's when you beating Lake Bed before Linnea. Yeah. And so basically, you can still warp around, but Midna, shocker, will be like in how she is in MDH, where she looks unwell. And like it has effects that would be beneficial if further skips got found.
And then Iwabi is going to be doing the route before Zant and then making his way into Zant. And just in case we like get distracted beforehand or before he gets there, the text on Zant is unbelievably slow on French. It is like
this is a bit of fun.
It's one of the biggest reasons that French is slower than German, despite not needing to get any rupees.
Yeah, if when Iwabi gets into the next room and talks to Zant, Zant's just gonna float there for a hot minute. I think where's Beast go? Mate, go to Rolgo. You're so close. Oh, I think he's trying to transform so he can get to Rolgo.
If only there was like a sign that made you invisible that you could
I
transform
know.
behind.
All right, here we go.
Ready
Watch
for
it. Just
Iwabi's screen.
watch Iwabi's screen. This is the only thing. Don't worry about Beast right now. Just watch Iwabi's screen and watch Zant just hang out there. Oh yeah, wow, Beast got screwed. Sorry. All right, up goes Zant.
Impossible S.
It's so
He just
uncomfortably
stands
long.
there so long.
It's so uncomfortably long.
Like go watch it. Go watch the world record, and you'll just like you'll see how long he just stands there. It's so bad.
Oh my god, Beast is at roll goal.
This is actually a roll goals times 100 speedrun.
Dude, I remember we had a leaderboards for roll goal and they just got destroyed for like a couple of days. When like Genius and Beast and stuff just kept grinding roll goal and it'd be like, oh, roll goal level 7, and it would be like, oh, new world record by like 1 frame. Imagine if you've never seen TP Speedrun before and you come in and you see one person fighting Morpheal without Zora armor and the other person is moving a ball along a table. Very nice, Beast. That's a gold.
And then Iwabi is doing the same stuff he did with what's it called? Morpheal, except during the Zant phase. Or during the Morpheal Zant phase. Except it's 100% consistent, it's the same every time, so it's another instance of just follow the steps and you're fine.
Something interesting I actually learned the other day. Do you know like how Iwabi just dropped the bomb there and kind of swam up a little bit?
Uh-huh.
If you press the bomb button again, you'll swim parallel.
Yeah, I think I was watching G's stream and he was wondering about that and
Yeah.
like
Simi told me the other day. Because like sometimes when you press, if you press A to drop the bomb, it's something to do with like the timing of you when you press the A. But if you press bomb, you'll always swim like straight.
remember I tried to do that in a race the other day and I pressed the wrong button so I didn't get my air back.
Beast is making absolute work of this roll goal. For anyone who is a roll goal enthusiast, go watch a Hundo Plus run, which is basically Hundo with a bit of spice, and you'll see a bit of roll goal in that. I do respect Beast for just keeping this on. I'd be so deep into like a burger right now.
Beast just finished Arbiters.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, he did leave. I forgot that. There are, I'm telling you, there's roll goal leaderboards. If you've ever wanted to grind out roll goal 1 through 8, do I have news for you? And for a lot of them, you will get top 3 times because there's only 2 times. It's just G's and Anna. Oh, and Beast, and a couple. Yeah, here, hold up.
Don't worry, I got you.
I was gonna link it. Mods, ban them.
Too slow.
There's a mini games extension leaderboard, so like you can grind like Goat's Time, the snowboarding time, Star 1 and Star 2, and also roll goals.
I love the dispersion of the top 3 times for goats. 1 year ago, 5 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah, wow, a 14-year ago. Someone submitted a goat's time on SRC on the 30th of October in 2009.
That was before. I think that was before SRC was like the main thing too. I think it was still Speedrun's Live at that point.
Or Speed Demo's Archive?
Or I think it's SDA, yeah. Also,
For-
Iwabi just finished Palace and is making his way to Hyrule Castle.
Does Rogo work for emulator? You can spin on emulator.
Yeah, the
So-
mini games use in-game time, so
Yeah. And also, for those of you who want to run TP in general, there's also an emulator leaderboard on that same board. So you can, like any percent, if you want to do that, there is an emulator leaderboard.
yeah, it's going
Which is-
on almost. I mean, it's been around for like 9 months or something. We got like
Yeah.
last October.
Yep.
So that's a pretty recent development, and it's actually spawned a bunch of a handful of new runners. Most of them have like I guess graduated to getting a physical disc, but there have been quite a few runners that have started on emulator and then, like I said, graduated to disc. So it's pretty cool to see.
Morgan, I can confirm you are bottom on the emulator leaderboard, but I believe in you. Because I think your console PB is like half an hour better. I like a Wabi's bet in the chat there. Beast wins it if Beast can get through all the roll goal levels.
All 64 roll goal levels.
I think
Even though
that's
this
a great deal.
If anyone who doesn't know, it's just the same 8 levels repeating, except you have less time each time you go through it again. Yeah, that's kind of like the idea I try to recommend people FF is start on emulator just to see if you actually enjoy the speedrun before dropping $200 on a TP copy, because they do run very expensive nowadays.
Yeah, I fully pay that. Like the game is expensive to buy, but I was explaining it to someone yesterday. Like the opportunity cost of it, like for people who like have this as their main speed game, like yeah, $200 for a game up front is quite expensive. But like if it's the only game you play or the primary game you play, like the cost per use on it was so good. Like I bought TP like 3 years ago, but I've probably played it more than any other game in my life.
Yeah,
Like-
I've been I started running this like end of 2020 and had a year break, but like I've been playing for years, and I've put more time into this game than I think anything else in the past 4 years. So
Yeah, the cost per use is so good. What happened? Beast is winning.
this is Twilight Princess 80% speedrun.
Yeah.
Last night,
It's a Wolfdash 4.
last night someone found a new route for 80% that Beast decided to showcase today.
Yeah. This is actually EHC in movement.
Like every failure that Beast does is very important.
Yeah. It's actually tactical. Beast is already won. Imagine. Rather than sitting in the credits, he's like, hey, I'm going to go and do roll goal for 20 minutes. I actually,
Okay.
when I race Beast, what I want him to do is I want him to win and go and do this. I'm going to bin in a high roll and he's on roll goal 5.
If EHC is possible with Froggy Lure, I would not be mad about it.
I like the other thing you can do. I know another fun thing to show off for like if you've got like a dead run is there's a beehive in Orden that if you claw shot it for some reason it's massive. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, it's like it is He's like bigger than Link is. It's
huge. It's like a planet.
It's like a claw shot in Pluto.
Beast, if you get bored, you want to go show the big beehive? It's up to you. I'm not your dad. Oh, well, look at that. He just cheated. I didn't actually know she told you no cheating. Oh, you gotta do the Twilight?
Beast, can you start another run and go all the way to claw shot and then do it?
Just loads up GCMM.
So Iwabi got the sick flip there, so that skips having to roll back, basically. Or it skips... it's some mid-attacks, right?
Yeah, it skips mid-attacks. It is still technically faster to roll back, but no one likes to do it.
Unless your name is Nimzo.
Yeah. I do respect you, like, trying to do, like, proper commentary. And being like, oh, Iwabi got the sick flip, and I'm like, roll gold 7, let's go.
Yeah, there's like nothing crazy for this part of the run too. Also, he went into the left door because it doesn't actually matter at this point because you'll come out of the right door anyway. And it's the closing the door animation that matters, not the opening one.
I was going to tell Beast to go fishing and try and get a shoe, but I realized he doesn't have a fishing rod. I didn't know Henna, Isa, and Kara. I knew Henna and Isa.
Does he know unsinking iron boots?
Probably.
Or he
might
could
be
show
going
off.
to clear.
Or could
He
show
might
off
be going to
storage.
clear the Farron. Clear Farron to go look at the big beehive.
It wouldn't take too long.
Oh my god, no, he's going to.
He doesn't
He's
have
going to
bombs,
Sacred
though.
Grove. Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Oh,
wait,
he
what?
does.
Oh, he's got the lent bomb bag. When did he get that?
Probably when he went to when he had to go talk to her to get him out of the fishing hole. So what Beast's doing here is all dungeons movement. So this is this all dungeons movement? No, this is AMS movement. Do we do this in all dungeons? I can't remember.
Yes, do it on dungeons.
Yeah, so basically this is a different way to get to Sacred Grove. By doing a bomb boost and then LJ. Is he dead? Oh
he
my
He
god.
hit the... Is he gonna howl?
He's actually just doing a hundo practice run.
Oh, he forgot the song, dude.
Hey!
He got there.
Hundo world record holder, by the way. We have fun.
And the lobby is getting the boss key and the small key and gonna meet the friends that we made along the way.
I'm so sorry to Iwabi. I don't think I've said a productive thing about his gameplay since City in the Sky.
Oh wait, Beast, you should go to Telma's bar so we can actually meet the friends we made along the way. Make it true for once.
He has been playing really well. I've been just saying the whole time, like, Iwabi's had a great run. Like, I haven't really seen him put a foot wrong, apart from the Elden mistake and EMS. And it's like, he doesn't even need to play well at this point, you know what I mean? Like, kind of, he's been watching, he knows what's happening. So, like, the fact that he's still on pace for, like, what, a 256?
Best possible time was 2:55:13, so
Yeah.
probably it's really just gonna be Zelda.
Oh my god, imagine if Beast pulled up Subway servers. That'd be so good.
I've thought about making. Oh wait, is he? Oh no, he's gonna get some bugs.
Where's he going?
Or is he in the fight by foul?
Beast, can you get some hearts? I'm really anxious.
Also, shout out to Aru for having a cannon because apparently those exist in this universe. Or a bazooka, I mean. Not a cannon. Is he doing flight by foul? And then Iwabi is making his way up the final tower to meet Zelda in her room.
Oh, I was gonna say, is he gonna do the fun little clip? But no, he's not.
Oh, he's gonna stop the spinner
He's
thing.
gonna turn off the thing.
I bet none of you knew this existed. Or most of you didn't know it existed. What I don't know is if it's like the spinner or if the platform stops at a consistent spot, or if it's like dependent on when you ring it. Oh, Iwabi is deciding to fight the Darknet. I think that was
Get him,
intentional.
Iwabi.
Look, showcasing the sheer amount of lag you have on GC.
One of our runners is fighting Darknet. One of our runners is fighting a chicken. One of our runners is a chicken.
What if you jump off the ledge?
Freedom. So if a Wabi stream goes down now, what do? Do we run it back? Yeah, I think that's
yeah,
fair.
Wabi. Oh yeah, Wabi. If your PC mysteriously crashes.
He did the HD movement.
Oh, Beast did. I didn't see it.
You can do like a jump attack on the wooden platforms there, and it'll clip you down into Lake Halia. It's how HD runners get down to Lake Bed.
Interesting.
They do that and then do pillar clip. Iwabi, get Zelda crash. Please don't. Please don't.
Don't throw your ball at her. Angie's gonna claw shot her. What are you doing, dude? You deserve to get hit by that triangle. Come on, man. Link breaking his neck to look up at Zelda. Gotta make a port fort.
A what?
A port fort.
A pop fort?
Port fort.
Can you reflect the light bulb with ball and chain? You can do it with a bottle. I'm getting so much hate in the chat. Oh, Beast is rich. Has anyone been counting Iwabi?
Yeah, there's one Iwabi.
There's one Iwabi. No, 74 of them. Don't lie to me. Oh my god, he's going to do Norgor.
Well, this is the run that. This is the trick that thing shut off for the bomb duping and get rid of. Did he get it?
Why is Beast doing an internet historian run? It's just like TP through the ages. Yeah, so that failed, but basically what happens is if you get the bomb pull on the frame that blows out the flame and the cutscene plays, the normal bomb will sink to the bottom of the water. And what normally happens is that if a bomb touches the water, it'll just disappear. But this one will actually go the whole way down and blow up a rock when it shouldn't be able to.
I think the normal bombs underwater is with frame perfect, and then syncing it with the cutscene, I think, is a few frames of leniency. Oh, I'm sure a lot of you didn't know you could take a Zora up this waterfall.
I didn't know this.
Oh, Beast, you should go to a cave so you can show off that ball and chain can do things.
I just got so confused when he opened his item. We only had a bow. I just got so confused. I know. I was just like,
Iwabi did a charge attack on Beast Cannon.
I do think if Beast doesn't DNF in the race time, this is actually a hostage situation. Like he whether this run ends or not is when he clicks that button.
Oh,
there's
he's
a
into
good ice
this
puzzle.
little ledge. That was like a ledge you can grab on the rock. That's the thing, Badanja. The stream can never end
Now,
if Beast never ends on race time.
I thought Beast was gonna go do the ice puzzle skip.
If he does that without moon boots, I'd be very impressed.
Well, I can do the first two puzzles.
Oh, true.
Will he get it done before Iwabi kills Ganon? He's forgotten the puzzles.
It's okay, Beast. We won't make fun of you for it. I think he knows them.
I don't know. Hasn't had to do him in so long.
And Iwabi is struggling to auto spin.
Get him. Get him with a claw shot.
Okay, yeah, gotta make sure you remember how to do it. Good job.
Ah.
GG.
GG. 256.59. Sorry, 256.56. I guess if either of you want to have an interview, the option is there. Awabi did finish on race time, yeah.
Pause, champ.
Ah, Beast, come on, getting in here. Just gonna hit him with a smiley face. Oh, he is. He's coming in.
He's in the waiting room.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, my Max mute. What's up?
Hello.
How's your run?
It was probably the worst run I've ever done.
The worst run you've ever done so
I was
far.
just messing around so that it wouldn't be as boring watching one run. But yeah, Iwabi played really well. That was good.
Yeah, it was very like. Were you watching the restream for the whole thing?
Yeah.
So you saw when like the Elden mistake happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. I was playing treacherously the whole time. Doesn't matter. Like there was nothing that could save that run.
Yeah, it was. From our point of view, we were having a blast. It was like very back and forth the whole way through, and then enter Lake Bed. But
yeah,
you're
I was
you're
just
not.
failing things left and right.
But like, you're
run
not out
was-
of the you're not out of the
Huh?
competition yet. You get to race me.
I do.
Yep. So that'll be
Do,
if
Ice Cave Puzzle RTA.
I'm gonna say if you could do some roll goals during that would be really good.
Yeah.
Just to level the playing field. But you can still make it back into the main bracket through there. So you're not entirely out yet. There's still a long way to go.
Yeah, but Iwabi, like, aside from the Elden thing, that was a nice solid run. Obviously, I wasn't paying attention to every single split, but there were a lot of really good things on his side.
Yeah, we were saying like just when he went ahead after Enter Lake Bed, it was like even if you were having like a really good run, you were hitting all the tricks. He wasn't giving you like a lot of wiggle room. Like he was getting like first try, like he got like a one bomb, the zero cycle Deku Toad, like first try lower skip, first try DSS, and it was like, yeah, like you would have had to just beat him on pure movement because he wasn't giving you a lot in the tricks.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, I normally I feel like I could contend with that, but no, not today.
look, it happens. Yeah.
Clearly.
Sure
happened. Oh yeah, I guess it looks like because we had to start over at the beginning, I assume the race time wasn't connected properly to the restream. That's why it said we're still running for a second there.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I did love you. Like you were having a mistake in the run, and I was like, he's still ahead of my PB.
Oh, for some reason your splits wouldn't let me compare to PB. Like there was no final time, so I was using average.
Yeah, because I don't think I didn't finish my ELH run.
Didn't you do it in a race?
No, I did pull it because that was my PB. Yeah, so it would have been a half run or something like that. But yeah, there's like it's hard to tell kind of how the bracket's all going to shape up after this because there's still so many races to be held before we kind of figure out who goes where. But the winner bracket's really filling out at the moment. We were talking about how like just everyone's good. There's just a lot of good runners this time around.
Yeah, no, it's a really solid bracket.
I don't think Iwabi. I know you're talking. I can see you talking to him, but I don't know. Is he coming in?
No, he said he didn't have the role to be able to join the waiting room. So I sent him the ZSR link, but I don't know if there is a role he needs. Or who could give that to him.
I don't know if Iwabi can hear us, so he can't join the waiting room.
Oh, maybe he was trying to join the commentary VC instead of the waiting room.
Yeah, Iwabi, if you can go to the waiting room, and I can pull you in.
Yeah, I'd rather hear from him. I don't have anything to say. I just had a terrible run.
Did you have fun doing roll goal?
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll try to get Iwabi in her. Yeah, while we have a bit of time while we're sorting that out, yeah, it looks like so Iwabi's going to be waiting a bit, but he'll know who he's playing tonight after Doopsy and Zach. So he'll be racing the winner of that. So that will kind of sort out our semi-finals. So that'll be exciting. That's in like I don't even know how many hours. I can't do maths. 9:30 Eastern tonight.
So about 10 hours.
Yeah, 10 hours now. We'll have another 8% race, which will be good.
It does look like we'll have a restream for that, and I think we
Yeah.
have.
Iwabi's in the waiting room. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
Hey, GG Iwabi.
Hello. Yeah, thanks for listening, Beast, and commentating.
Yeah, comms are fun.
Did you like your run?
Yeah, I lost 2 minutes to Elden Twilight, but the restaurant is totally good, I think.
Yeah, it was like apart from Elvin, it was we were saying it's like such a good run.
Yeah.
GG.
Yeah, also, yeah, sorry for the technical issue at the first.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, thank you for restarting the race. I also appreciate.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that had happened with the other race when Ethernet's Swiss crashed, but I mean, he has so many issues with that. It was very likely it was going to happen again, and then it did happen again. So,
what point in the run was that when his crashed?
Yeah.
I think it was a Swiss crash. It was right at the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
But it was also a 4-person race, so I understand why they didn't want to restart. I don't know if anyone really thought about it, but anyway, yeah, it wouldn't have been fair to continue a race with a computer crash in it.
Yeah, Awabi's been having really good runs recently. I saw they were on a run yesterday for like sub 250 pace. So
Yeah.
might PB during Wolfdash.
That'll be pretty sweet.
Yes. Hopefully, yeah, I want to get more PB to prepare the next match for Wolfdash.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I don't have much more to say apart from just saying it was a very good run. And we'll see.
It was very entertaining.
It was very entertaining, and we'll see Awabi in the next round against Doopsy or Zach, and Beast and I will sort out something for the two of us.
Yep, and then I got to get my match with Simi all sorted out.
Yeah, looking at the schedule now, there's 5 races set up over the next kind of before the weekend. So there's lots of TP coming our way. Some of the redemption bracket games as well. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah, we're in full swing finally for the tournament. So, or for main bracket races, which is nice.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
But once again, give our runners, bewildebeest and Iwabi, a follow. Also show some love to our commentators, Waterproof Teabag, and the guy downstairs. Of course, we'll try to have those Wolfdash 4 races for you on the ZSR network. Plus, we also are working on some races from A Link to the Past randomizer. But other than that, thank you once again, everyone, for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.